What is going on, baseball fans? Welcome to the first late night, basically West Coast game on this channel between the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. We're getting ready for the first pitch here. If you guys are new, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe if you guys are new. And it looks like we're going to get ready underway with Robbie Ray taking the ball from the Seattle Mariners, and the first pitch is in there for ball one. And here to start off between this series. I think the series finale between these two teams. Toronto with George Springer leading off, and the 1-0 pitch from Ray that misses a bit outside. 2-0 to George Springer, the leadoff hitter, who, and obviously, you know, how we all know how good he of a leadoff hitter Springer is, and that breaking ball that's in there for the cold strike. Wants to clip the outside corner to at least try to get me over curveball as well. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in, though. Huge shout out to the 3 total people that's here, though. I greatly appreciate that. To count out 2 balls and a strike, and the 2-1 pitch, and that's chopped on the ground. Looks to short edge. It's a 1-hop throw and gets him for out number 1. So 1 away here in the top of the first. All right, so the starting lineup, you guys, George Springer playing leading off, batting first. Bo Bichette batting second. The shortstop, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. third. Alejandro Kirk fourth. Teoscar Hernandez batting fifth. Lourdes Gurriel, I apologize. Gurriel Jr. batting sixth. Matt Chapman seventh. Espinal eighth. And then you got former Colorado Rocky Tapia hit ninth against Robbie Ray. And the first pitch to Bichette, that's in the outside corner for the call. Strike 1. So no balls and a strike. Goes Bo Bichette. So far hitting 256, 13 homers, 45 RBIs for Bichette. And the 0-1 pitch that's chopped on the ground. Looks like to third and makes the play for out number 2. Goes so 2 to Suarez with a nice 2 out. What's good, normal guy? Appreciate you tuning in to a late night live play-by-play between the Blue Jays and the Seattle Mariners. Now we got the number 3 hole hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Hit 270 with 19 homers, 54 RBIs. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. If you guys are new, smash that like button, share out the content. We're on the road to run 1K, but also you want to give a huge shout out to my buddy Max Coverage TV for hitting the 1K subscriber mark. Congrats to you, my dude. Yeah, so here we go in the first pitch to Guerrero. That misses a little bit low for ball 1 in the dirt. So 1 ball, no strikes to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. But appreciate everybody tuning in, though. I know it's not one of my... I know for those who are kind of wondering, it's unusual to do a non-Philly stream at this time of night, but it is what it is. And Guerrero pops that out of play to even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike here against Robbie Ray. So far with 8 pitches in to Robbie Ray, the former Cy Young Award winner from last season. Obviously came over and signed a 5-year deal for the Seattle Mariners. Another team that's probably in the wild card hunt, the way everything's been going. And that's popped out of play at 94 off the bat of Guerrero Jr. So Guerrero Jr. already down to the count of 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Just a hot... Ray just challenged him with the high fastball. Hey, well, someone like Guerrero, you can't get cheated. So I mean, we all know that Guerrero has been known to be a good fastball hitter. And the 1-2 pitch, and that's line to Suarez for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Toronto Blue Jays here in Seattle. So the bottom of the first we go. So now for the Seattle Mariners starting lineup, you got the rookie Julio Rodriguez leading off. You got the first baseman Ty France batting second, former Philly shortstop J.P. Crawford batting third, first baseman Carlos Santana, who came into the trade from the Kansas City Royals, batting fourth, third baseman Eugenio Suarez batting fifth. You got Caleb Raleigh batting sixth, the catcher. You got Frazier hitting seventh, Moore batting eighth, and then Abraham Toro rounds up the starting 9 for the Seattle Mariners. All right. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, though. I greatly appreciate it. Huge shout out to 4 total people, 2 from the Philly Sports Stuff podcast, 1 from the Spotlight Sports Streams. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so Robbie Ray, very efficient so far to start the first inning for the Seattle Mariners. Like I even said this too, from a player perspective, as a pitcher, if you can limit to 10 to 15 pitches per inning, you can last a lot longer in games. Despite the fact that Ray at times had, for some reason, just really not the Cy Young he had during his time with Toronto last season, but for some reason, so they're showing the starting lineup, so the Mariners right now are 43-42, which is second in the NL West, behind the Houston Astros, who are pretty much leading that division. Suarez, like I said, he's coming over the Reds, has been hit and miss at times. Because from what I've seen in the sample size that that Suarez has played, but now we got for the Toronto Blue Jays, you have Alek Manoah, in a 17 start of the year, a 2.33 ERA and 100 in the third innings pitch, 90 strikeouts to 21 walks. I thought he actually had a pretty decent last season last year. So looks like we're getting ready for the bottom of the first with the rookie Julio Rodriguez so far in his 85th game, hitting 277, 15 homers, 43 RBIs, and an 820 OPS here at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. All right, so it looks like we got Manoah might go for the stretch here. And here comes the first pitch from Manoah. That's chopped on the ground. Right back to Manoah. Well, that's an easy first out. 1 pitch, 1 out there for Alek Manoah here in the bottom of the first. So that goes to a 1-3 put out for Julio Rodriguez. Now we got the first baseman, Ty France, also having a good year with the Seattle Mariners. Could be, I think, one of an all-star starter. I think he's an all-star starter, but definitely would see him in the all-star game. I think that's another guy that's having a good quiet season for the Seattle Mariners, for a team that's, let's be real, has probably one of the longest payout droughts in MLB history in the last 20 years. And the first pitch to Ty France, that's in there for the called strike 1 at the top of the zone. So no balls on a strike. So Ty France in his 73rd game, hitting 311 with 10 homers, 45 RBIs, and 852 OPS with 386 on base percentage. And the 0-1 pitch, that's chopped on the ground right back to middle once again. And that's going to be another underhand flip to Guerrero Jr. for out number 2. So back-to-back ground ball outs to Alek Manoah so far with only 3 pitches in so far. So that, if you want, like I said, talk about being efficient, there you go. So now we got the number 3 hitter. A lot of Phillies fans could remember, even myself included, a guy that I thought had potential to be a star here in Philadelphia, but just never wasn't the case. Traded him to. Hey, what's good? What is good? Greatly appreciate you tuning in. Greatly appreciate everybody tuning in to my first Blue Jay stream. Let's keep it that way. And we got what's good, Key? What's good? As a Phillies fan, I want to say Seattle because let's be real. At least we don't have to complain because look, we've been dealing with the playoff draft for the last 11 years. Couldn't imagine that the Mariners have to deal with this for 20 plus, so the last 2 decades. So, and we got J.P. Crawford already with the count even a ball and a strike from Alek Manoah. So we're only 5 pitches in for Alek Manoah. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like other than the Phillies can rock the powder blue, I think Toronto can actually pull up a good powder blue. In my honest opinion, when it comes to the uniforms, because I don't know a lot of teams. 1-1 pitch that's in there at the knees for strike 2. So the count is a ball and 2 strikes to the former Philly shortstop J.P. Crawford, which is a nice sinker. Hey, Blue Jays are good too. I'm not sleeping on the Blue Jays. That's the crazy part though. And here comes the 1-2 pitch from Manoah. Kicks and deals. And Crawford hits it to right center. Looks like Hernandez makes the catch. Oh, sorry, that's Gurriel makes the catch for out number 3. 1, 2, 3, go the Seattle Mariners. To the top of the second we go. Well, that's it. So far, so top of the second we go. But huge shout out to 7 total people that's here in the stream now. I greatly appreciate that. 5 for the Phillies First Stop podcast. 1 for the greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. Hey, what's good? Positive Philly shit. Good's good, man. Good shit. But yeah, man. So far, I mean, that's a quick inning in the third. Well, just one inning in total between the two pitchers. But like I said, if those who have not seen my community tab, I actually posted the thumbnail for this game, but also I did put up a stream schedule for the remainder. Some of the games that I'll be doing for the rest of the month, and that obviously minus the 2 Phillies games against the Marlins in August. But yeah, I mean, also scoreboard from good old scorecount.com. But yeah. That's a weird thing to really take. That's weird. That's weird. That's a weird thing. Let me take a look at that really quick. Positive Philly. I'm not sure. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, then like I said, even too at this point of the year, I mean, we're getting towards the All-Star break. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be very interesting. Obviously, we know that Harper's All-Star, but not gonna make it. That's definitely for sure. But yeah. All right. All right. So first starts this season, the first 12 for Ray, a 4.97 ERA with a 1.32 WHIP, a 1.78 home runs per 9, a K rate of 9.81. His last 5 starts, a 0.80 ERA, a WHIP just under 1. So something that I think what could have been, but the first pitch, and that's for Alejandro Kirk, fouls that back for strike 1. So the counts no balls on the strike from Robbie Ray here at the top of the second after both these teams go now 1, 2, 3 in the first. So Kirk this year hitting 10 homers, 33 RBIs, 880 OPS, and we got a time called here. But yeah, I mean, it's something that's, like I said, I mean, with the Phillies are not playing, like this is something I would, definitely would do because do more baseball play-by-plays, but that pitch missed on the outside corner for ball 1. I don't know. That looked like it clipped the strike zone to me, in my honest opinion, but it is. I don't know about that. That's a little bit too close. Yeah, he shot at the 6-0 and the 1-1 pitch to Alejandro Kirk. Clips the inside corner for strike 2 at 95 miles an hour. So we got a ball, 2 strikes here with for 13 total pitches from Robbie Ray. So looks like good fastball at 95 to just clip the inner part of the plate after missing the outside at 93 or 94. And the 1-2 pitch, that's chopped onto the opposite side. Looks like Santana makes the play to Robbie Ray covering the first base bag for out number 1. So Alejandro Kirk goes down with on a 3-1 put out to start the top of the second. All right. He shot at the 6th, though. All right, so we got Teoscar Hernandez, a 259 average so far here in the 2022 season. And the first pitch to Hernandez, that's on the outside corner at 95 for strike 1, so no balls and a strike to Teoscar Hernandez, the number 5 hitter in the Blue Jays lineup here. And the 0-1 pitch, that's swung and a miss for strike 2, a nice changeup to get Hernandez out in front for strike 2. So Robbie Ray already had in the count, no balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the second after retiring Alejandro Kirk on a ground out that misses a bit inside for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Teoscar Hernandez. Huge shout out to 9 total people here tonight. I greatly appreciate that. What's good? What's good, Awesomeness? What is good? What is good? Greatly appreciate everybody tuning in for Toronto and Seattle. All right, so looks like and Ray kicks and deals the 1-2 pitch that skips in the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 to Hernandez here. So Robbie Ray with up to 18 total pitches so far here, and so far right now in this part of the top of the second, still scoreless here, still some early game baseball here. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in tonight. I greatly appreciate that. Really appreciate it. She's showing. I think a lot of times, and another thing too, I found interesting, and the 1-2 pitch that's fouled off at 95. So still a 2-2 count, but like I was saying, I know a lot of Blue Jays fans don't like Yusei Kikuchi, and the dude has been, let's be real, not the best ideal pickup for the Blue Jays, in my honest opinion. The fact that he's getting paid more than what Aaron Nola's getting paid, I think Gabe 42 said it best. If you're not following, Gabe 42 actually brought up some good points on the TikTok. But Hernandez chops that fouls to keep the count still at 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the second. Just Kikuchi has really not been. I don't know. I don't get it with Kikuchi at times. The Japanese pitchers, yes. I mean, I there's some good ones, some ones that actually do work pan out. I mean, like a Daisuke Matsusaka. I mean, a Tanaka. Definitely Shohei Ohtani. But something like Kikuchi, it just really hasn't really lived up to what he was projected to be. And Hernandez fouls that into the stands, still a 2-2 count. So put up a bit of a battle to so we got Charlie Montoyo, the skipper for the Toronto Blue Jays, after the previous I don't know. I think John Gibbon retired or something like that. And that is a base hit for Hernandez. So that's the first hit of the ball game for either team here to start the top of the second. So we got Hernandez on first with 1 out here at the top of the second. Just try to lead to see another pitch. So it just takes a hanging breaking ball and just doesn't want to do too much and takes it to the left and just dumps it in there for a base hit over the head of Crawford. Yo, what's good? Greatly appreciate you tuning in, man. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Greatly appreciate that. All right. So now we got Lourdes Gurriel Jr., a 299 average, 5 homers, 35 RBS, a 782 OPS, which is about above average, give or take. Below average to above average. And that takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1 at 94 miles an hour off that fastball from Robbie Ray, the former last year's American League Cy Young Award winner. So like a backup sinker, just clips the outside corner. All right. And the 0-1 pitch misses a bit low for ball 1 to even the count, a ball on the strike to Gurriel Jr. So I guess 95 mile for fastballs above 95, a 393 average, which is the 5th highest in the major leagues. That's crazy. And the 1-1 pitch, that's shot into the stands, foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gurriel Jr. with Hernandez on first via the leadoff single, with 1 out here in the top of the second. So it looks like Gurriel Jr. already down to the count, a ball and 2 strikes here, and looks like Ray steps off, trying to just keep it a close eye on Hernandez, even though Teoscar Hernandez really doesn't seem to me as a base stealer. And here comes the 1-2 pitch from Ray, and kicks and deals. That's swung on a miss. Oh, and they say that's a foul tip. I don't know about that. Let's see on the replay here. I don't know about that. Well, I guess they called it a foul tip, I guess. No. Okay. That's crazy to take a look at, though. All right. So it's still a 1-2 count on Gurriel Jr. And here comes the 1-2 pitch from Ray. Kind of takes a peek, and there goes, and they got Hernandez picked off. Not the best, like I said, not the smartest idea, especially against a lefty. I think a lot of times, when you're facing a lefty, it's like you're supposed to take that jab, and then you go and take a lead. But the fact that Hernandez decides, they caught him leaning. But like I said, he didn't really take that jab, like a jab step. What I would remember being taught. So now we got 2 outs here in the top of the second, and the 1-2 pitch once more. That's in the inside corner. Did he go? Yes, he did. So that's the first strikeout for Robbie Ray here. So basically 1, 2, 3. So the side is retired. To the bottom of the second we go. The game still tied at 0-0. All right. A huge shout out to the 9 total people that's in here. I greatly appreciate that. Right now, as it stands, so we got Santana, Suarez, and then Raleigh, the scheduled hitters for the Seattle Mariners, who are also looking into going to get that third American League wildcard spot, along with the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm trying to think who else could. And I know another team that's kind of making a push for the wild card, and that's probably the Baltimore Orioles. And a lot of times, people say, Baltimore's not going to make the playoffs, but Baltimore. The thing was about Baltimore, though, that's the crazy team. The crazy thing with bad teams, though, they can play some good baseball. I mean, bad teams can really beat you in many different ways. I mean, take it from us last year. I mean, when the Diamondbacks were absolute dog shit. I mean, shit. I mean, we got swept by them. Hell, we got swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates is another team that's been hit and miss at times, but that I'm just gonna give you like an example with some of these teams as well. But right now you got Carlos Santana, Eugenio Suarez, and Caleb, I should say, Raleigh. Like I said, the 4 or 5 is so we're getting to the heart of the order for the Seattle Mariners here in the ball game. But while we're still on commercial break, the other streams I got planned for you guys after this one. Let's see, what's today? Today's the 9th. All right. So, as it stands, since while we're live right now, today is July 9th. Obviously, you'll see me again for tomorrow. Obviously, if you like all things MLB talk, I got the MLB Between the Lines podcast with my fellow colleagues, Coach Dante and Key in the building as well. And then obviously the 12th, got 3 streams planned, popped up as well. But I think, like I said, the Sixers talk might be a little bit short because obviously I'm doing 2 baseball games that day as well. So Manoah starts at the bottom of the second after Hernandez gets picked off at first, and now got Carlos Santana hitting with a 220 average here. What so far in the 2022 season? Is he really rocking Jays by the looks of it on his cleats? And the first pitch from Manoah, that is in there for a cold strike 1. Yeah, that is super odd though. I do agree with that. But he shot out the 7 though, still sticking with me though. So Santana, a 220 average. Oh, geez. With 4 homers so far this year. And the 0-1 pitch. That misses a bit low for ball 1 to even the count of ball and a strike to the first baseman, Carlos Santana. Also the former Royal and the former Cleveland Guardian / Indian as well. And the 1-1 pitch. That misses a bit inside for ball 2. So 2-1. To the veteran first baseman, Carlos Santana. So far against Toronto, 73 games played, 30 extra base hits, 29 RBIs, and an 896 OPS against the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, I guess, if you do go back to the postseason, though, and that is a line up to short. So it looks like that's Chapman, the third baseman, playing the shift. So makes the catcher out number 1. So down goes Santana for the first out here in the bottom of the second. All right. Yeah, obviously, because it was weird though, because some of the ships that's been going on, but yeah. Uh, Man, huge shout out to the six though, still sticking with me here. So now we got the number 5 hitter, Eugenio Suarez, hitting 243, 15 homers, 44 RBIs, a 782 OPS, and so far and 84 games played. Right now in this 85th. Right now taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. I think here in the series finale. As well. But appreciate everybody that's tuning in, whether you're coming from the Philly Sports Talk podcast, my Facebook pages, or the Spotlight Sports streams. And it looks like it looks like Manoah might have like some sort of blood on his finger, because it looks like Charlie Montoya might have gotten a towel. Two different channels. Well, because you got to think too, because obviously with the Spotlight Sport, yeah, I am also on Spotlight, because the Spotlight Sports streams, like, no one's really taking it at this time of night. So, because also we're also building up these Spotlight Sports streams as well. When it comes to all things live play, which we originally did on the network, but we're keeping that as, strictly with all the podcasts and shows and all that good stuff. And even for 1-0, that's in there for a call strike 1 to Eugenio Suarez from Alek Manoah. So no balls on the strike here to the third baseman. Obviously, also came into a trade, came over to it in the trade from Cincinnati. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. This has been outside for ball 1, so it counts a ball on the strike to Eugenio Suarez here in the bottom of the second. After Santana lines out to third for the out number 1. And they've 1-1 pitch. That is a bit outside for ball 2, so 2-1 falls in favor. And that's not just me, but I do appreciate it though. But yeah, still try to build everything here on the Philly Sports Talk podcast as well. Especially with my Phillies are not playing, with all these different other stuff, I want to try to keep the content going. Oh, okay. So ball 3 misses inside the strike zone. Explain that to me. Jesus Christ. Like, you're talking about an umpire being blind, man. That's a strike any day of the damn week on the outside corner. So a 3-1 to Eugenio Suarez. And Manoah kicks and deals 3-1 pitch. That's in there for the cold strike 2 at the top of the zone, but somehow that gets called a strike. So it's 3-2 to the third baseman Suarez here in the ball game. So I do greatly appreciate some familiar faces, some new people coming in. And the 3-2 pitch misses it outside for ball 4. So that is the first walk issued by Manoah here in the ball game. So Seattle finally gets their first base runner on the base on balls from Manoah. So now we got the catcher, the number 6 hitter, Caleb Raleigh. Yeah, just an abysmal Cale Raleigh, okay. An abysmal 200 average, 274 with 11 homers, 30 RBIs, a 738 OPS, which is, like I said, below average, and the below average on base percentage. Jeez. All right, and the first pitch to Raleigh from Manoah misses outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to the left-handed hitting catcher with Suarez on first via the walk here in the bottom of the second. All right, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. Manoah kicks and deals. This is a bit outside for ball 2 on looking on a changeup. So 2-0 to Raleigh. So it looks like we still got the shift going on, but still also in double play depth as well. Yeah, damn. So, all right, we got 2-0. And here comes the 2-0 pitch from Manoah. He kicks and deals. That's swung on a miss for strike 1. So two balls on a strike. Two. Actually, 2. Just look at a nice sinker. Or it looks like a changeup. So to at least get back in the count, though, 2 balls on a strike here. Still in favor of the left-handed hitter, Raleigh. And here comes the 2-1 pitch from Manoah. Kicks and deals. That's on the outside corner for a call. Strike 2 at the top of the zone a little bit. And it looks like Rolly didn't agree with that, but I still think that was in the strike zone nonetheless. But huge shout out to the 9 people that's here, though. I greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. So the count's not, so Manoah gets that pitch right back in the zone to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Manoah kicks and deals. That misses upstairs at 95 for ball 3. So 3-2 to Raleigh with Frazier now on deck. Another lefty in the batting order for the Seattle Mariners. And the 3-2 pitch. That's chopped on the ground. But Guerrero Jr. makes this one and gets the double play. So that ends the top half, or bottom half, I should say, of the second. Top of the third, we go with the game tied. Game still at 0 between the. So top of the third, we go still scoreless. A huge shout out to the 9 people that's here, though. All right. All right. Other than that, I mean, like I said, even on my community tab, I mean, I had the, even though the guys like WNBA coverage, I got you guys covered on that as well, with the Las Vegas Aces taking on the Sparks on Saturday, the 23rd at 10 o'clock, and also on Thursday, the 21st at 10 o'clock as well for the Fever and the Las Vegas Aces. And then Saturday, the 16th, you know what it is, another West Coast game for you guys. Between the Dodgers and Angels, and then I got you, and for those who are Rangers fans, like my buddy Arku. But yeah, I do appreciate everybody that's tuning in as well here in the game. Still tied at 0. I mean, so far, both pitchers have been pretty on so far up to this point in the ball game. All right. I appreciate everybody, though. All right. Yeah, so apparently they're showing the commercial for soccer, apparently. So the Euro Cup, England versus Norway. Well, there you have it. Monday at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah. So, it looks like it's got some good amount of Blue Jays fans in attendance in Seattle. I think another team I feel like has kind of been up and down, along with the Angels, but the Angels had been, let's be real, been a complete clown show as of recently, pretty much wasting the primes of Trout and Ohtani. Let's keep it a buck here. All right, so here we're at the top of the third. Still got tied and still scoreless here, with Matt Chapman now leading it off for the Toronto Blue Jays. Then you got Espinal, the number 8 hitter, on deck, and then you got Raimel Tapia waiting in the wings in the hole. So Chapman with 13 homers, 40 RBIs, on about a 222 average. And it looks like, and Ray kicks and deals. That's misses. Been inside for ball 1 to the third all-star third baseman, Matt Chapman. So 8 extra base hits and 13 RBIs in the last 17 games for Matt Chapman. Another guy that I think has, and that's swung on a miss for strike 1. Like I said, another guy that I feel like has done well since leaving Oakland, because let's be real, that team has not done that man any justice, despite the fact he actually played really a lot of great games with the Oakland A's, but the team around him just was not that great. And the 1-1 pitch misses outside for ball 2, 2-1 to Matt Chapman. So Robbie Ray falls behind Matt Chapman a little bit here to start the bottom of the third, or top of third, I should say. My apologies. Here in the ball game. Like I said, I mean, even since going to Seattle, and obviously this is his first year in Seattle, it's just like, I don't know, something just really didn't click with Ray. But that means pitch misses outside at 95 for ball 3. So still behind in the count to Matt Chapman here. With already up to 31 total pitches thrown. But huge shout out to the 15 people that's in here, though. I greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. Whether you're just a baseball fan like myself, or for those who are Blue Jays fans or just watching, or Mariners fans, and the 3-1 pitch, that clips the top part of the zone for strike 2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Chapman. I don't know. Sometimes a breaking ball at the top of the zone, that's sometimes kind of where, as a pitcher, like, yeah, maybe you get the benefit of the doubt, but all in all, not the best kind of pitch you want to put, especially if it's someone's like a good breaking ball hitter and the 3-2 pitch. And Chapman fouls that out of play. So still a 3 ball and 2 strike count still on Matt Chapman here in the top of the third. Still scoreless. But I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, though. I really do greatly appreciate that. Huge shout out to 8 total viewers. And the 3-2 pitch once more. That's swung on a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Matt Chapman on strikes. Second strikeout for Robbie Ray here in the ball game. Just a fastball right above the hands of the inside corner at 95. So that's got some high cheese. Whew. And that's another thing too. Like, even though high fastballs are hard to hit, but man, if you're giving it everything you got at 95. So Santiago Espinal, the second baseman, coming up after Chapman goes down on strikes, and the first pitch that's chopped on the ground to Suarez, and Suarez makes the play for out number 2. So that's 2 outs here at the top of the third. Been so far good pitching and defense on both sides. MLB's most career strikeouts after 210 games pitched. Obviously, Randy Johnson at 1542. Then you got Clayton Kershaw at 1434, and then you got Robbie Ray right behind him at 1407. That's wait. That's crazy to really think about. For someone like Robbie Ray coming from the abysmal Diamondbacks organization, goes to Toronto, wins the Cy Young, and actually has a really good season. Let's keep it a buck there. Has actually a couple good seasons, and goes to Seattle and it is what it is. So, like I said, obviously that pitch misses inside for ball 1 to Raimel Tapia, a 262 hitter with 3 homers, 21 RBIs, a 654 OPS. Like I said, anything lower than 700 is below average. But Tapia fouls that back on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Ray for a strike to even the count. 1 ball and a strike here after Chapman goes down swinging. And then looks like an Espinal grounds out to Suarez. All right. A huge shout out to the 8 total people, though, and the 1-1 pitch at 97, right? I mean, Robbie Ray can still get it in the upper 90s. That's really crazy to think. Just an outside fastball at 97. Just really looks like, I don't know, it looked like Tapia just looked uncomfortable with that. And the 1-2 pitch to Tapia, that's fouled back. So it's still a 1-2 count here to Tapia, the former Colorado Rockies, coming over, I think, from a trade from Colorado. My memory serves me right. All right. And the 1-2 pitch once more, swung and a miss, strike 3. So, yeah, 2 strikeouts in the inning, but that's third overall for Robbie Ray. To the bottom of the third we go. Game still scoreless. Okay. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this game, if good pitching and defense keeps up, man. I wouldn't be surprised if this game went to extras, but I do appreciate everybody that's tuning in as well. So, looks like we got Frazier, Moore, and then Abraham Toro. I'm sorry, that's Moore, Toro. I apologize. It's Dylan Moore, then Abraham Toro. Then we got top of the order now coming up for the Seattle Mariners, or the scheduled hitters here in the ball game. But yeah, greatly appreciate everybody that's tuning in. If you guys are new, smash that like button. Definitely share out the content a little bit. Every little bit helps to try to get some new people in. And definitely, if you guys, for those who are Blue Jays or Mariners fans coming and watching, I got you guys covered on that tonight. I will see, like, if for those who are Texas Rangers fans, like my buddy Arku, I got you guys covered on the 21st at 1:10 Eastern. Dodgers fans, Angels fans, got you guys covered too. And if you're a Cubs fan, like my buddy Gooley, I got you guys covered as well. And then I got Rays and the Orioles. Hey, what's good, Adrian? Appreciate you tuning in as well. But so far, I appreciate it. For those who are just tuning in, basically, in other words, it's been pretty much been pitching, good pitching and defense so far in about two and a half innings so far up to this point between the Blue Jays and the Seattle Mariners. But greatly appreciate everybody that's tuning in, though. But yeah, so now we got 8, 9, and 1. Looks like the schedule hitters for the Seattle Mariners. But also, the WBC, the World Baseball Classic, is going to be back. That's very interesting. The World Baseball Classic is very an interesting competition with what the world has to offer. I mean, think about it. I mean, you got Japan. Let's be real. I mean, Japan knows how to pump out good players. Same with the Cuba, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. It's just, I mean, the game's been very interesting. I mean, hell, we've seen a baseball team in China. There's one at the Czech Republic, but that's here nor there. But the first pitch from Manoah, that is in there to Frazier for strike one. So no balls on the strike. It was like Adam Frazier. Not so far hitting 223, 2 homers, 21 RBIs, and a 580 OPS. Good Lord. And that's swung and a miss for strike 2 at 94. That was should have let that go for ball 1. But obviously helped out Manoah. Now down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes to the number 7 hitter for the Seattle Mariners here in the ball game. And here we go. And Manoah kicks into the 0-2 pitch. And Frazier hits it to deep right center. Looks like nice catch. Looks like by Gurriel Jr. Or I'm sorry, that's Teoscar Hernandez. Makes the catch at the wall for out number 1. Just like a sinker at 96. Caught in the middle of the plate, but managed to get at least enough to get off the hands to fly out to the deep part of the ballpark. So now we got Dylan Moore now coming up for the Seattle Mariners, the number 8 hitter. With an abysmal 192 average so far in the 2022 campaign. And the first pitch, that swung and a miss at 94 for strike 1. So no balls on the strike to Dylan Moore here. A 192 average, 351 on base percentage, 5 homers, 16 RBIs, and a 734 OPS, which is below average. Like I said, the high 750, high 780s. To the almost low 800s is about above average to average as calculated. So the count's not even a ball on the strike on that breaking ball. That's really skipped in the dirt to even the count. So Moore, the number 8 hitter here after Frazier flies out to right for the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd. And here comes the 1-1 pitch from Manoah that misses a bit high for ball 2. The Padres, what's today? Today's the 10th, the 9th. Let's take a look-see. So, to answer your question, you got, past the 12th. So, you got 4 days. Adrian, you got 4 days to the Padres game. But appreciate the one reaction on Facebook. Greatly appreciate it. So, the count's even still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dylan Moore here in the bottom of the 3rd. Like I said, after Frazier flies out. Looks like we got some bullpen action, I'm guessing we're getting. Oh, that's an interesting sight to see. And the 2-2 pitch. That's swung on a miss for strike 3. That's the first strikeout for Alek Manoah here in the ball game. Just challenged up with a 95-mile-an-hour cheddar cheese up just above the hands a little bit. Look at just basically in terms of swung underwater. The sling was just so long, just couldn't catch up to it. So now we got the number 9 hitter, Abraham Toro, hitting, even worse than fucking than Dylan Moore, hitting a $181 so far on the campaign. Jeez. A huge shout out to the 8 people. Make sure the 9 people I greatly appreciate it. And the first pitch to Toro misses a bit outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes to Abraham Toro, the number 9 hitter with a 191 batting average, 7 homers, 22 RBIs, and a 560 OPS. Yeesh, that's way below average. nowadays. Holy crap. And the 1-0 pitch just misses a bit up for ball 2. So 2-0 to the number 9 hole hitter here in the bottom of the third. It's just been very good pitching and defense. Like I said, but solid pitching and defense up to this point here. I haven't saw that. I mean, somehow Knebel got, sheesh, and Toro pops it up. Looks like Kirk off with the mask, falls into foul territory, makes the catch for out number 3. So the side is retired for the Seattle Mariners. At the top of the 4th, we go. Game still scoreless. Good Lord. That is crazy to really think to. I mean, look, if you had good pitching and defense, this is the result you're going to get. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know if I said this, but like I said, for those who have seen like the upcoming streams, like, it's like the Texans and the Marlins or the Padres and the Rockies, like obviously I've been thinking about, obviously, like I said, try to do a lot more instead of just, like I said, and another thing too, not skipping all the content for you guys, especially when it comes to live play-by-play streams. I've been seeing you guys been really showing some good support, great support for the streams. So I greatly appreciate that. I mean, do something like more baseball streams. Try to see if I can meet some new faces as well. I mean, met some cool Cubs fans are cool. The subscribers on the Philly Sports Talk podcast. If you guys are new, smash that like button, hit that subscribe when you guys are new. We are one away from 580 here on the channel, but we're still on the road to 1K. But like I said, huge congratulations to Max Coverage TV for hitting that 1K subscriber mark. So now to the top of the 4th here for Robbie Ray. Just kind of showing some highlights from some of his previous starts, especially against the Oakland A's, who is not, let's just say, not one of the better teams in the AL West as of late. I signed a 5-year deal with them after having a Cy Young season with the last year with the Toronto Blue Jays. But also got obviously replaced with Kevin Gausman, who has been pretty good, but I mean has some couple hiccups along the road. But it is what it is. But I greatly appreciate it though. So now we got top of the order for the Toronto Blue Jays. So we got George Springer now leading it off for the Blue Jays. Huge shout out to the 9 people total here. So far, 3 total strikeouts for Robbie Ray. Just been good pitching and defense, like I said, between these two teams. And the first pitch to Springer. That's popped out of play. It looks like the right fielder just lets that hit into the stands. That's the first strike. No balls on the strike to George Springer. So far, a 246 average, 15 homers, 38 RBIs, and a 330 on base percentage. So even George Springer has been, let's just say, not the when he's healthy, like he's a good leadoff hitter. And Springer hits it to center. Looks like Rodriguez makes the catch. Or for out, that's case, that's out number 1. Like I said, being very good pitching and defense between the Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, and that's another thing too today. I know this is not the kind of stream that you would normally do, but ESPN Plus, man, if you do not have it, man, that's somewhat of a lifesaver for some out-of-market games. And some good streams coming up. So now we got Bo Bichette, also 0 for 1 with the ground up back in the first. And the first pitch to Bo Bichette, and he swings and misses for strike 1. Still no balls on the strike to the young shortstop, Bo Bichette. Here at the top of the 4th after Springer flies out for the first out. And the 1-0 pitch, or the 0-1 pitch, misses outside at 95 for ball 1 to even the count. So the ball on the strike is now the count on Bichette. Toronto, the thing with Toronto is, I mean, I think a lot of people had their criticisms with Toronto. I mean, look, not like bad criticisms, but just kind of criticisms where it's just like, if you have all this good offense, I mean, their pitching has been okay. Like I said, I mean, Gate 42, if you have not followed that dude on TikTok, I mean, he really went off on the contract for Yusuke Kikuchi. Let's be real, not the kind of guy perfect for the Blue Jays, but that's in there to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, snap. Good shit. You love to see it. But he shot at 13 though. Greatly appreciate it as well. Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, like I said, and that's swung on a miss for strike three. That's the fourth strikeout for Robbie Ray so far here in the ball game. That is really crazy. He shot at the 13 though. Just gets him on a look like a slider at 89. So it looks like just got Bichette out in front on the slider for out number 2. But that's his fourth strikeout so far in the ball game. Now we got the first baseman, Vlad Guerrero Jr. He is 0 for 1 with the lineup back in the first, a 260 with a 269 average, 350 on base with 19 homers. And the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. So 1-0 to Vlad Guerrero Jr. here in the top of the fourth. After Springer flies out to center, and then you have Bichette going down on strikes as well. And the 1-0 pitch. That swung on a miss for strike 1. At 94, 93 or 94 from Robbie Ray as well. But he shot out 15 people, though. I greatly appreciate everybody that's tuning in for some late night baseball. Also been, like I said, been pretty solid pitching and defense. So one team will make that mistake. That's all it is. And the 1-1 pitch. That skipped in that's like a 58-footer for ball 2. So 2-1 to Vlad Guerrero Jr. And that was pitch number 50 for Robbie Ray here in the ball game. All right. Well, he shot a 13. He shot to everybody, though. Greatly appreciate it. So we got 13 total people here. I greatly appreciate it. So the count's out 2 balls on a strike to Vlad Guerrero Jr. Also, like I said, lined up back in the first. And the 2-1 pitch from Ray. That misses outside at 96 for ball 3. So 3-1 to Vlad Guerrero Jr. Another guy that's an all-star caliber type of player for the Blue Jays, in my honest opinion. Obviously, I mean, his dad was pretty much fun to watch as well, but he shot at the 16 though, and the 3-1 pitch that's chopped on the ground right up the middle. Looks like Rodriguez makes the play for out number 3. So down goes the Blue Jays here in the top of the fourth. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Game still scoreless. Jeez. Man, he shot to everybody, though. But yeah, appreciate it. Like I said, appreciate everybody coming in. If you got like this kind of content, greatly appreciate everybody that's showing some support. Whether it's just a general baseball fan like myself, or if you're watching as a Blue Jays fan or a Mariners fan, don't matter who it is, I greatly appreciate it either way. Yeah, but like I said, so far it has been a very solid pitching and defense between these two teams. It's just like I said, as good as this game can be, if you're like both sides are pitching well and has playing good defense, one team is going to make a simple mistake, and I think with how these two, and we're going to have to wait and see how that mistake is going to come about, because it's basically like a chess game the way how this game has been played as of recently. But he shot out the 12 people though. I greatly appreciate that. No, all right. So some commercials for tennis. Not a huge fan, my honest opinion. He shot out the 16 though. So it looks like we're getting ready to the top of the top of the order, I'm guessing. So July 13th, for those Blue Jays fans are going to a game. They're doing the Kevin Gausman bobblehead giveaway for the Toronto Blue Jays. I think another guy that I thought that's actually done well since coming from the Giants. Even just despite the fact that he had actually pretty good years with the Giants. Yeah, that was like 1 or 2 years, maybe 3. I might be wrong. So Manoah here just at the bottom of the fourth after both sides been kind of just been, 3 up and 3 down at this point. Now we got the top of the order. Julio Rodriguez, 0 for 1 his first time up, grounded out back in the first. Obviously, I think a lot of baseball fans were kind of hyped with this kid a little bit. Um, and the first pitch to Rodriguez has clips the inside corner for strike one. So no balls and a strike to the young. Let's go with the young Julio Rodriguez here in the bottom of the fourth. So looks like a beautiful night in Seattle. And the 1-0-1 pitch, and it looks like hits it to left center. Springer calls the left fielder Tapia off and makes the catch for out number one. So easy, efficient at first out for Manoah. Especially, and that's the thing too. Like the fact that some of these pitchers nowadays can actually go from the stretch and actually be, let's be real. I feel it's more like, in my opinion, I think a better option to do even without runners on. I mean, that's something that in myself included, just try to experiment every once in a while. So now I've got Ty France also 0 for 1 his last time up. And Manoah was already up to 36 total pitches. So both pitchers have been very efficient. Except for the one, I think the second inning, I think Robbie Ray kind of got knocked around a little bit when it comes to, especially with a lot of foul balls. But France takes it with his now average at a 310 with 10 homers, 45 RBIs, and a 384 on base. Talking another guy, I think that's going to be definitely an all-star type of player for the Seattle Mariners. And the 1-0 pitch. And that's hit to left. Looks like Gurriel can't make the catch. Dies, and that's Tapia, and that's going to be extra bases for Ty France. And just puts the brakes on at second base. So that's a 1-out double for for Ty France here in the bottom of the fourth. So honestly, that's hit number 2 for the Seattle Mariners. Just put a good swing on it, and not the best idea to die for it, but I mean, A for effort, but not. I don't know. Like, he was not even close to that. So that's the 15th double of the year for Ty France. Very underrated, underappreciated player. I mean, hell, even take it from me, who my Phillies kind of beat the Seattle Mariners, but I thought he actually did pretty well. And we now got J.P. Crawford, the number 3 hitter, also flied out back in the first in his first time up. And the first pitch to Crawford, that misses upstairs at 95 miles an hour on that fastball for ball 1. It's kind of as a Phillies fan myself, seeing J.P. Crawford kind of be somewhat successful is kind of painful. Let's put it that way. You shot at the 18 though, I greatly appreciate that. So we got the 1-0 count here in the bottom of the fourth, and Manoah kicks and deals. That's misses low for ball 2. So 2-0 to J.P. Crawford here with what could be the go-ahead run at second base. Just got to be hitter-wise. I mean, taken from hitting perspective, I mean, shit. No, I mean, got to be very smart with your approach, especially still ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes here in the bottom of the fourth, and the 2-0 pitch misses way outside for ball 3. So 3-0 to the shortstop J.P. Crawford, and then we got the first baseman Carlos Santana waiting on deck. Also 0 for 1 and his last time up as well. I really appreciate everybody that's been tuning in as well. So, and here comes the 3-0 pitch. Manoah kicks and deals, and that misses for ball 4. So that's a second walk issued from Manoah. So now we've got runners on first and second for the Seattle Mariners here in the bottom of the fourth. So when it comes to the AL East, the Yankees lead that division with 61 wins, 24 losses, up 15 games over the Red Sox, who are 46-39, and then you got 15.5 on the Rays, who are 45-39. The Blue Jays are 45-40, 16 games back, and then you got the lonely Orioles, 2 games under 500. Now, this is where I will say the fact that they're 2 games under 500 may not seem as bad as people would think it to be, because we know how bad the Orioles can truly be. But now we got the first pitch to Santana that takes the first pitch in there at the inside corner at 95. Dude, that's a strike all day, whether you disagree with it or not. Also 0 for 1 with the lineup, dropped his batting average to 219 in the ball game. But I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. And here comes the 0-1 pitch from Manoah. He kicks and deals. And Santana pops that out of play. So now down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Still in favor to Alek Manoah here in the ball game. Manoah's got some really good, interesting, some good stuff here in the ball game, because the thing is like he's coming from the stretch, but his stuff is kind of like moving like some to arm side or sometimes the glove side, depending on who the hitter is. So, but I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. So now it's 0-2. If I'm knowing how this hitter, I said go with the changeup here. That's what I would do, and takes a fastball outside the zone for ball 1 at 95. I mean, look, Manoah's got some good stuff. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's got a good, I think about 2 different types of fastballs, a four and a sinker, a decent breaking ball, and a good changeup to go along with that. And the 1-2 pitch, and that's a long foul ball for Carlos Santana, way out of play. So still a 1-2 count. That's another guy that I feel like just didn't really do well in Philly, because I don't know, like we had him for like about a year and just shipped him off. I don't know what we got in return from him. Just not the same player as what I remember him during his time days in Cleveland. So the count's still a ball and 2 strikes here with runners on first and second. 1 out here. Manoah up to 46 total pitches thrown in the ball game as well. And takes a peek and delivers the 1-2 pitch. That is in there for a cold strike 3. So that's 2 outs here for the Seattle Mariners. Just, I don't know what the hell. The fact that that's just a disgusting sinker, at 95 that runs right back across, that starts at the left-hander's hip. And the fact that, I don't know, that was just embarrassing to see Santana just bend instead of just kind of try to put more wood on it. It is what it is. So we got Eugenio Suarez now coming up. Also, his walked in his last plate appearance, and the first pitch to him, and checks his swing. Did he go? And he holds up. So that is ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to the third baseman Eugenio Suarez here in the ball game. Huge shout out to the 21 total people that's here in the stream. Greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. So a 1-out count here to Suarez, who walked it back in the first, and the pitch, and put some wood on it. And it looks like Guerrero tries to track into foul territory, makes the catch, and the inning is over. The Seattle Mariners, despite getting 2 runners on, Manoah and the defense gets out of it. Going to the top of the 5th. Still scoreless. Like I said, if this game goes extra innings, I'll be not be shocked, but it's just been poor offense for both teams. Now I will say, like I said, it's been poor defense, just not the best in terms of how you would think. As good as the Blue Jays. Right now, right now, Blue Jays do. They're 45-40, taking on the 43 and 42 Seattle Mariners, who also are in the wild card hunt in the AL West. Because let's be real, that's another team I think that has. Jeez, I feel bad for them. Let's be real, as a Phillies fan, man, I feel bad for their fans. Have to deal with that the last 2 decades of seeing postseason baseball in Seattle. Let's put it that way. Toronto. This is a weird game for Toronto. And what I mean by that is to say, yep, that is true. That is absolutely true. And remember, the Cubs were the same way, down 1 going to the bottom of the 9th. Think about that way. They tied it up in the bottom of the 9th, went to extras. So, and yet now showing some highlights to the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. That's another guy I felt that really has come out of the woodworks for the Blue Jays. That's another thing, too. The Blue Jays, it's not the team in the AL East I don't really bet against, but I still feel like they still got some work to do, because, you still got to go through the Rays. You still got to go through the Yankees, who pretty much lead that division pretty much runs that division as it stands. Um, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I thought Manoah actually is pitching pretty great. I mean, so is Robbie Ray, but just the offense for both teams cannot just get anything going. I mean, the closest thing that these two teams had was, obviously that previous half inning, where the Seattle had runners on first and second, and just Santana strikes out looking, and then you got Suarez popping out in the foul territory, and the first pitch to Kirk, clipping low bottom part of the zone for strike one. And it looks like he just doesn't. It's not phased by that, but also he's also 0 for 1 in his last time up here in the ball game. That's pitch number 53, and the 0-1 pitch that swung on a miss for strike two to Alejandro Kirk. And like I said, I mean the Robbie Ray sometimes can be consistent to inconsistent at times, depending on which start you're going to get from him. But here comes the 0-2 pitch. That misses outside for ball one at 95 miles an hour. Got Kirk to flinch a little bit or try to reach for it, but Kirk manages to not pull the trigger and just leaves it go out of the zone. At least try to at least change that level there. I mean, after throwing the first two low pitches for strikes, and then goes outside, up and out, up and away for a fastball, and the 1-2 pitch once more misses with a changeup down low for ball two. So it counts out even 2 balls and 2 strikes to Alejandro Kirk here in the top of the fifth. It's crazy how quick this game has been going on, and we're not even an hour 10 minutes into the stream. Jesus Christ! And that misses for ball 3 up in the zone. So 3-2 to Alejandro Kirk. But huge shout out to the 26 total people that's here, though. I greatly appreciate it. I think the most I've ever held, especially when it comes to teams like these on the West Coast. But I appreciate it, though. And that misses for ball 4, and Alejandro Kirk draws a walk. So that's the first walk issued by Robbie Ray here in the ball game at the same time. But I do appreciate everybody that's been tuning in as well, because we got a lot of good stuff coming throughout this entire year, going into whether you're a basketball fan, NBA or NFL fan, or even like the USFL, the XFL, whatever the case may be, and maybe of NHL. Like I said, I'm not hold my breath on the Flyers. Good Lord. But you shout out to the 24 people, though. I greatly appreciate you guys tuning in as well. And the first pitch to, Teoscar Hernandez, that misses for ball 1, and he has the lone hit for the Blue Jays. Single back at the second, I think it was. Huge shout out to the 26, though. Greatly appreciate it. And we got Kirk on first via the first walk issued by Robbie Ray in the ball game. And the 1-0 pitch. That misses a bit outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes to Teoscar Hernandez, who brings his average up back to 262 with 9 homers, 33 RBIs, and actually a decent 315 on base percentage. But I will say, the last on the base pass, not the best decision making, and that's in there. I don't know about that one, but still, I think Ray got the benefit of the doubt. Still gets me over breaking ball for strike 1, so it counts 2 balls and a strike to the number 5 hitter for this somewhat a good Toronto lineup. Obviously, we know that Biggio's still hurt. And the 2-1 pitch. That swung and a miss at 94 for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes goes. Now even the count. Hey, man, look, you want to challenge a guy with the fastball at 94? Hey, look, and Robbie Ray said, "Hey, look, here's the fastball's coming. See if you can hit it." Went all country hardball. That's so the count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes. So that's the 62nd pitch, and here comes the pitch. Oh, wow! How far that was a bit up and in on that clipped the strike zone for ball 3. So that's I think Hernandez got lucky there. But I will say it did clip it, but I still think it was a bit out of the zone, which it looked close, but it was technically out of the zone. But still, I think either way, that's kind of crazy to really take a look at, though. He shot at the 30, though. Greatly appreciate it. And the 3-2 pitch. That misses for ball 4. So back-to-back walks. So now Toronto's not got something cooking here in the top of the 5th against Robbie Ray. That's the second walk issued in the ball game with no outs here. And we got Gurriel Jr. now coming up. Ooh, just missed the inside corner at 96. Look on the sinker. Interesting. It is what it is, though. But yes, it looks like really try to kind of talk a few things over with him, just try to make sure to get on the same page here. So we got Gurriel Jr. 0 for 1 of the 4 strikeouts for against Robbie Ray here in the ball game. All right. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in, though. All right, so we got nope. Man, like I said, it could go either way with how this game has been going on. All right, so I got runners on first and second for Toronto, and the first pitch to Gurriel Jr. And did he go? No, he held his swing. Okay. So it counts a ball, no strikes here. So in the series for the Blue Jays, when runners are scoring position, they are 5 for 26, which is a 192 clip. Ooh, man, that is just not great for a team as good as the Orioles lineup that has some good players to not produce. All right. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And Ray kicks and deals. That swung on a miss for strike 1. Look at it. Yeah, so good. Challenge gets him with a slider out in front. All right. Okay, that's an interesting pitch selection there. I mean, Villa King. Okay. I don't really mind that at all. Keep it a buck here. You shout out the 32 total viewers in the stream. Greatly appreciate it. And the 1-1 pitch. And Gurriel Jr. pops it in the foul territory. That's going to go into the seats. Now, Ray, now it had to count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 17 for 61 with 29 RBIs and with the runners in scoring position so far in the season. Huge shout out to the 31, though. I greatly appreciate this. 30 from the YouTube side of things. Most I've ever held for a baseball stream. Greatly appreciate that. Counts on the ball and 2 strikes to the number 6 hitter, Gurriel Jr. And the 1-2 pitch. And that is a base hit for Gurriel Jr. Looks like the runners are going to be held up. So we got bases loaded here for the Toronto Blue Jays. So, like I said, that's going to be like I said, as good as these two teams has been so far up to this point. It's been very interesting to say the least. Let's put it that way. Look, that was just a good piece of hitting. And yeah, not by much over the glove of the jumping Santana. All right, so looks like we got now Matt Chapman with the bases loaded with nobody out here with an opportunity to put the Blue Jays out on top on the Seattle Mariners. So that's going to be very interesting. So far, 0 for 1 with the strikeout back in his first time up at the plate. And here comes the first pitch to Chapman. That misses a bit inside at 96 for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes in favor of Matt Chapman. So that was pitch number 69 for Robbie Ray here in the top of the 5th. And that misses upstairs. 2-0 to Matt Chapman here in the ball game. So that's, so Matt Chapman career with the bases loaded, 300 average with 33 RBIs. Hey, appreciate it, Jeff. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, and the 2-0 pitch. And it looks like Chapman takes that in the inside corner at 95 for strike 1. So kind of get me over fast. We'll try to get back on the count. So 2 balls and a strike, still in favor of Matt Chapman in the ball game. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, though. Absolutely. And the 2-1 pitch. That's on the inside corner. Strike 2 at 95. That's going to be very interesting. Now, my thing is, if I'm Matt Chapman, you saw back-to-back hitting fastballs that were they do. One of the guys is let's be real. Yusuke Kikuchi, good Lord, that was that's a bad contract. And the 2-2 pitch, and that's a a rocket of a foul ball off the bat. Matt Chapman. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes here as well in the ball game. But huge shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. 25 from the YouTube side of things, 1 from my Facebook page. Greatly appreciate it. Like I said, no, really thought I know a lot of Jays fans and Mariners fans. I was like, yeah, what the hell not? Got to give you guys something. And the 2-2 pitch once more. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Down goes Matt Chapman. So 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Look on a hanging breaking ball that might have gotten Chapman out in front. Let's see. I will talk about that. That's going to be very interesting because I know another guy, Randall the Handle Sports Talk. He's another Jays fan that I know. We're going to talk about them on the trade deadline for the trade deadline stream. So now we got Santiago Espinal 0 for 1 with the ground up back in the 3rd. Another guy that's been very good. If you don't play Tap Sports Baseball, very good guy to have. Let's put it that way. I think Luis Castillo could be an interesting move to make. And the first pitch to Espinal misses outside at 96 for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Espinal. So far for Espinal, career with the bases loaded, 286, 4 for 14, 0 home runs, and 13 RBI. So he's okay, some good numbers with the bases loaded. It's been very tough. I mean, the fact that Matt Chapman goes down swinging on these hanging breaking balls, mind-boggling. But that's in there for a called strike 2 or strike 1, I should say. I don't know, man. That was a little bit inside. Let's keep it a buck here. It looks like Raleigh kind of stole that strike there. Some catchers sometimes are notorious for that, for stealing strikes. So also even a ball in the so it looks like we got somewhat the infield halfway in, given the way that the positioning is. And here comes the 1-1 pitch from Ray. That's swung on a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Santiago Espinal here in the top of the 5th with the bases loaded with 1 out here. Now, I will say, if these hitters go down in order with the bases loaded, that's embarrassing. Like, as good as Matt Chapman is, like, you cannot get fooled on a hanging breaking ball. And as much as average, and Santiago fouls that pitch off, stay alive and still keep the count 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Because, good Lord, it just seems like some of these hitters are not picking up the fastball a little bit from Robbie Ray. Look, he fouls off a 90-mile-an-hour slider on the end. Yeah, yeah, Adrian. Ain't that the truth? But shit, you got to count a ball and 2 strikes to Espinal with the bases loaded with 1 out here and that 1 out. And Espinal, that lot pops it up, and so that's 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. So, now we got Raimel Tapia now coming up with the bases loaded. Sheesh, not the best guy. When I think of Tapia, I mean, look, we all know that Tapia also came from the Rockies, but he's a below average player at best. Goes Tapia, but Toro makes the catch for out number 2. I don't know, man. I think it looks like so timeout Tapia 0 for 1 with the strikeouts. That's one of the 5 strikeouts from Robbie Ray. So it looks like we gotta go lefty on lefty. It's gonna be that's really tough to look at it. And the first pitch, that's chopped on the ground right to the shortstop and takes the second base back. Out number 3, and down goes the Blue Jays after having the bases loaded, nobody out, and completely shit the bed that inning. I just really couldn't, being really blunt as I possibly can, really completely shit the bed. Not the best start, I should say, in terms of the fact that you got something interesting going with the bases loaded. You had Chapman strike out on the hanging breaking ball, and then you had a pop up to Toro, and now it hits. And like I said, Tapia, not the best player I think for any team would not to have, because let's be real, what team would have a below average player? I mean, unless you're playing on a team like I don't know, like Baltimore. Who else am I thinking of? Maybe Washington, maybe. I don't know. I'm just naming a few teams here, but still, like that that was embarrassing. That was as a player. I mean, that'd be frustrating as a hitter to see that. But as a pitcher, I mean, you've got to feel good as a pitcher to really get out of that jam. Let's keep it a buck. Like I said, let's keep it real here. But as much as I have respect for the Blue Jays and their lineup, but man, you're talking about shit in the bed. Good lord, like I said, that's embarrassing. But huge shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. Yeah, smash that like button, hit that subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate everybody that's been tuning in and the two reaction on Facebook. Really appreciate it as well. Really appreciate everybody tuning in for my third non-Philly sports stream. I guess you could say. I really appreciate it though. But like I said, it's just not. I don't know, man. It's been. I don't know. Like I said, man, it's not really been the. Oh, I don't know, man. Like it's hard to describe it. Yeah, but to the top of the or bottom fifth we go for the Seattle Mariners. After surprisingly getting out of that inning with no problems whatsoever. So Manoah, I mean, if I'm Manoah, man, should be frustrated at my team for just completely, like I said, shit in the bed, with having bases loaded, less than 2 outs, and just went 1, 2, 3. So now we get the number 6 hitter Raleigh now leading off for the Seattle Mariners and takes and fouls that pitch off for a called strike 1. So 1 ball or no balls in the strike to the above average catch. Let's say below average. Because I just feel like even I feel like the Mariners have not been the same sometimes without Mike Zunino. I think that's just me. And the pitch, and he pops it out of play. Now down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Alek Manoah here in the ball game. But yeah, appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. Absolutely. Huge shout out to everybody. All right, the count's no balls and 2 strikes here to Raleigh. And Manoah kicks and deals. That's chopped foul. Okay, it looked like he got him fishing a little bit on the outside. But yeah. Whew. Boy, ain't that something. So it looks like all right, we saw an 0-2 pitch, and that misses a bit outside for ball 1. Right idea on the backdoor breaking ball, just to catch him off guard. It's just got to bring it right back across. I mean, if you're going to cut the outside corner. Oh, damn. I mean, I think the Mariners it should be an easy team to beat, though. That's the crazy part, though. Because the Mariners, they're not great, but they're above average. And Raleigh chops into the shit, and that's going to be out number 1. So nice play by Espinal to record the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. Like I said, this reaches extra innings, man. Sheesh. I wouldn't be surprised. All right. So Adam Frazier also 0 for 1 in the ball game. Obviously not a good hitter. Well, looks like we got some stirring in the bullpen, and takes the first pitch in there for a called strike at 94 in that sinker as well. So no balls in the strike to Frazier. All right. All right, down to the count. No balls in the strike. And the pitch from Manoah. That's chopped foul. I'm going to go break it. Look, a good-looking breaking ball. Look like a slider at was it 89. Now already had in the count. No balls and 2 strikes to Adam Frazier. Also grounded out in his last time up as well. But damn, it's been very tough. Jesus Christ. And the pitch Did he go? Yes, he did. So Manoah records his third strikeout of the game on a half-ass check swing by Adam Frazier. 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth. Game still scoreless. Let's see. I don't know. That's really tough to call. Sheesh. So now, I mean, he did kind of break the plan a little bit. So Dylan Moore, obviously now coming up 0 for 1, struck out back in the third. One of the 3 strikeouts from Alek Manoah. And Manoah kicks and deals. That's in there for the call. Strike 1 at 92 from, to Dylan Moore. That's crazy. So, no balls on a strike. Oof. That's crazy. And that's chopped foul. 7 to absolutely. We're 7 to 10 in our last 7 to 3. No, yeah, 7 to 3 in our last 10 games. Absolutely. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like not having Fernando Tatis and Manny Machado, I think it's really hurting the Padres. Let's put it that way. Because Hosmer has been not bad, but I thought he could be better than what he is, in my honest opinion. Yeah, that's just how I mean, from what I've seen, what my Phillies did against the Padres when we took them on in San Diego, and the 0-2 pitch that misses a bit upstairs at 96 for ball 1. So, right idea, kind of changed the eye level a little bit. Try to after throwing 2 low, like I said, 2 low pitches. Yeah, and the problem what I have with Tatis is like he cannot stay healthy. And same with Machado. I mean, Machado's another guy that hurts. And strike 3 called. So that's strikeout number 4 for Alek Manoah. So to the top of the 6th we go. Game still scoreless. Jesus Christ. So right now, yeah, I could agree with. I agree with that for sure. I greatly agree with that for sure. Definitely. Oh boy. So far, I mean, where do you want to start so far? Right now, but so far, like 5 innings already in the books. I mean, both teams had something going. Just Blue Jays shut down the not the Rays, but the Mariners. I think it's the bottom of the 4th with runners on first and second, and obviously I guess the Mariners answered back, shutting down the Blue Jays with the bases loaded. That's really tough. That's really tough if we think about that. Yo, Max, good shit. What's up, man? Damn. But yeah, appreciate you tuning in to the still a scoreless ball game between the Blue Jays and the Mariners. Absolutely. Holy crap. Absolutely. Oh, we're at. He shot at the 20, though. Appreciate you for those who are still sticking with me in this. Let's be real, a very defensive game. Absolutely, man. But he shouted to Max Coverage TV for hitting that 1K subscriber mark. Good shit. Like I said, this is the most I've ever held when it comes to an MLB stream. I mean, I've held like 20 plus. Well, mostly like 19, 20. But when it comes to the Blue Jays, and stuff like that for the first time, I'll take that. But it's just like I said, I mean, it just seems like these two teams, or the Mariners and the Blue Jays, have an answer winning. It's like I said, going back to like the 1 inning where the Blue Jays had bases loaded, nobody out, and completely shit the bed. Like that should be. Let's put it that way. Should be called, not say cause for concern, but something that should not happen. And the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. To the top of the order we go. George Springer. Absolutely. Like I said, this is this is the reason why I've had other streams scheduled up for the some other teams. And the 1-0 pitch to Springer, and looked like did he go? Looked like he did. Or I think he held up. Okay, so he held up. So 0 for 2 goes still in favor of George Springer. Like I said, I mean, like decent leadoff hitter. I think he has the most leadoff home runs in this. I think in the majors. And the 2-0 pitch to Ray, and that's hit to the right, and that's over the fence. George Springer gets the Blue Jays on the board with the leadoff solo shot. This is what I said in the previous inning. Somebody's going to make that mistake. And there it was. Throws a fastball right down the goddamn middle. And that's hit home run number 16 for George Springer here in the top of the sixth. Man, like I said, man, shit. We're going to have an all defensive game. Oh, no, that was Singer just did not come back across. Just skipped out of here. Interesting. That's an interesting looking home run, though. So now we got Bo Bichette 0 for 2 in the ball game. He shot at the 25, though. And the pitch. This is about outside at 95. And there goes the home run jacket. That's it. I don't know, though, man. Blue Jays look pretty good in baby blues, just like my Phils. But I appreciate the 27, though. And then 1-0 pitch. And, ooh, just a good off the hand. So a foul ball evens the count at a ball and a strike to Bo Bichette, who also grounded out and struck out in his first 2 at-bats in the ball game. That's, like I said, I mean, it's just been, man, like I said, going back to the bases loaded inning, too, like the fact that, like, that should have gotten the first run. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think before, I think when we still had Brad Miller, we had the home run hat. We had the home run hats, but apparently I think we retired them. I think we still do the home run hats. I don't think we do it as often as we used to. But that's what I still remember the home run hats. But like I said, I mean, going back to the bases loaded inning, so obviously the count's still even on Bo Bichette. That should be right there an indicator that and swing and a miss strike 3. That's strikeout number 6 for Robbie Ray. It's really overpowered Bo Bichette on the 98 up in the zone. Okay. You love to see it. You love to see it, though. But yeah, I mean, obviously, for those who are just tuning in late, score does not lie. George Springer gets the Blue Jays on the board with a solo shot to the opposite field. And now we got Vlad Guerrero Jr. Coming up, I think 0 for 2, I think, in the game. After 0 for 2, and the first pitch to Guerrero, and he hits it to the right side. Right idea, but looks like Crawford is there for out number 2 here in the ball game. He's out to the 30 total people coming from the YouTube side of things. Greatly appreciate that. Well, like I said, for those who are just tuning in late, George, for those who are a Blue Jays fan in the chat or wherever you may be watching, George Springer has gotten the Blue Jays on the board with an opposite field home run. After, I think last half inning, the top of the 5th, the Blue Jays, like I said, completely crumbled with the bases loaded. But still, I think, I think that's what the I think the Blue Jays do have a lot of home run power, but there's going to be a time where it's like, players like Tapia really is not the guy I think could be part of that. But maybe that's just me. But here comes the 1-0 pitch to Kirk, and that's popped out of play to even the count one ball and a strike. And there goes Springer eating a banana. Hey, look, you got to get your potassium in. Banana's a way to go. Can't go wrong with a banana. But huge shout out to the 28 people, though. Here in my first ever Blue Jays, like I said, my first Blue Jay stream. I've done the Cubs and Red Sox. That was a good game, and that misses outside 2-1 to Alejandro Kirk. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout or a flyout. Huge shout out I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, though, as well. And the 2-1 pitch, that's swung and missed for strike 2 to even back the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the catcher, Kirk. Hey, greatly appreciated. So still, greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. Huge shout out to the 25 total people here, 23 from YouTube, 1 from Facebook. Greatly appreciate it. And then we've got Hernandez on deck and the pitch. And Kirk leaves that up in the zone for ball 3. So 3-2 And looks like Ray wants a new Robbie Ray wants a new ball. So now we got a 3-2 with 2 outs here. Looks like Ray gonna get ready to set to deliver his 95th pitch of the ball game, and the 3-2 pitch, and that's broken bat to the shortstop Crawford, and Crawford comes across the second base bag, makes the play for out number 3, but the damage has been done for the Blue Jays. George Springer gets them on the board with a solo shot to the opposite field. After the top of the 5th, they completely collapsed on with the bases loaded. But yeah, so that's where we are score-wise. Now we're in a commercial break. I appreciate so everybody that's tuning in. Like I said, this is the first time I've done a West Coast game. I will do it. Like I said, I have another one scheduled up, and that's the Dodgers and Angels. I feel that's going to be not say interesting because I know the Angels are going to suck like crazy because you got Ohtani and Trout. Let's be real, that entire team is that franchise is pretty much wasting their primes away. But yeah. What up, man? What up? All right. I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. All right. He does. Him and Ohtani need to get out of the Angels. But the fact that Trout, let's be real, made the mistake of signing that massive contract, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea to begin with. And that's the thing too. Like, really think about it. I mean, there was a lot of different players that have come and gone through that franchise. In years. I mean, you had Houston Street back in the early 2000s. You had what the hell? I mean, you still had Mike Shosho. That wasn't not a terrible manager by any stretch. Somewhere around that ballpark, probably a little bit more than 400 from what I've understood. I think it was for 13 or 14 years or something like that. I don't know what the length is. All I know is it's a horrible contract for a team that just cannot get anything going especially in the AL West. Hell, it's already bad enough you had the freaking goddamn the Mariners already better than the goddamn what do you call it than the Angels. Because the thing about it is too, I feel like the Angels, they got to focus on pitching. That's always been their number one need when it comes to and all that stuff as well. All right, so Noah starts to the bottom of the 6th with the 1-0 with the lead, and that's misses outside for ball 1 to Abraham Toro. So Toro, yeah, that is true. Yep, I agree with that, man. I do agree with that. But I still appreciate everybody that's been tuning in though, and that's popped out of play to even the count of ball and the strike. So it looks like Manoah's starting to settle down. After so it looks like we got some bullpen action. We got Matt Brash warming up in the pen for the Seattle Mariners. So it looks like maybe I don't know, maybe don't know at this point. All right, we got the 1-1 count, and here comes and Manoah kicks and deals the 1-1 pitch. That swung on a miss for strike 2. So 1-2 on Abraham Toro. Huge shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. I greatly appreciate the tremendous amount of support tonight. Where you may be watching, if you're watching on the East Coast, it's 11:40 on the East, 8 o'clock or 8, almost about 8:45 on the West, or 9 o'clock in Mountain Time. And that is in there for the cold strike 3. That is strikeout number 5 for Alek Manoah. Toro just not. I can see why the Astros got rid of him. The dude's below average player. Good Lord. That's just kind of takes a 4-seamer, a 96 right down the chute for strike 3. I don't know. That's crazy enough to see where that team is going to be. But now we're back to the top of the order. Julio Rodriguez, 0 for 2 in the ball game. for the Seattle Mariners. I think another guy that's been a good is going to be a franchise cornerstone for that franchise. In Julio Rodriguez. And the first pitch swung on a miss for strike one on the looks like a nice slider at 82. But appreciate everybody that's been tuning in as well. So we got 0 for 2 and no balls on the strike. The count on Rodriguez. So we got the sign to Manoah. He kicks and deals the 0-1 pitch. And that hits to center field. And looks like Springer makes the catch for out number 2. So it looks like Ederson's getting that 1-run lead. Looks like predictions of the World Series. That's a good question. I really don't have a prediction as before the season. I mean, the way how everything is kind of been playing out, I think the Yankees have a best chance to get one. But knowing the track record that the Yankees, as good as they are, for some reason, I do feel like they're going to find a way to stutter. But I think they might prove me wrong. Let's see. I think the Dodgers can do it again. Because I will not say the Mets. And France with a nice and lines up to Tapia for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 goes the Mariners here in the top the 7th. We go with Hernandez, Gurriel Jr., and Matt Chapman coming up. The scheduled hitters for the Seattle or for the Tampa Bay. I'm sorry, not say Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay. I don't know. Like the team like Tampa Bay just really. I feel like them not spending money I feel like has come back to bite them in the ass when it comes to. I mean, look, do you know how to develop talent? I think 3 out of the 4. I think that can win the World Series. That's the Yankees, the Astros, the Dodgers. The Mets, as good as they are, they're going to find a way to falter because the Mets have a track record of faltering when it really counts. I mean, we saw that last year as well. I mean, so do we. One will win. I'll have to say the Astros. I think the Astros have a better chance than, in my honest opinion. That's just the way I see it. Right. You guys are the 16 total people still sticking with me here at almost at midnight on the East Coast. Greatly appreciate that. So Robbie Ray so far 95 pitches, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Not terrible, but just I think that second inning, I think where everything kind of. All right, so let's have got Matt Brash now on the bump for the Seattle Mariners. All right. Okay, so we're getting to the Mariners bullpen. Right. There we go. Lineup cards now. So Matt, oh God. Season 5 starts for Brash. Apparently all right, geez. Not a good ERA, in my honest opinion. So we got it hit. So we got Teoscar Hernandez, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and now Matt Chapman, the schedule hitters here in the top of the 7th, with the Blue Jays up 1-0 over the Seattle, the 43. Now, definitely could be a 500 team in the Seattle Mariners if this holds up. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses way outside for ball 1, so 1 ball, no strikes. To Hernandez, he is 1 for 1 with a single and also walked in his first appearance. And the 1-0 pitch, that's in there at the top of the zone for strike 1 to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike to Teoscar Hernandez. Matt Brash is kind of a little bit funky, though. It's got a little bit of a funkiness. Hey, what's good, Butterfly? Thank you for tuning in. And Teoscar chops that to the other. And Santana underhand flips it to Brash, covering first. Out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. greatly do. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, what like this entire game, I thought it was going to be all pitching and defense. So, like I said I think at the bottom of the fifth or the top of the sixth, like someone was going to make a mistake, or I think earlier than that, I think someone was going to make a mistake. And there, I mean, look, I mean, Robert Ray made that mistake. I appreciate it though, man. Welcome everybody. And that's swung and a miss for strike one to Gurriel Jr. He is 1 for 2. But yeah, I mean, so far I think it's a good game though. I will say between these two teams. But I think, like I said, if this holds up, Toronto will. No, wait, I mean, when that's fouled off in the stands for no balls and 2 strikes from Brash, who has come on to in relief of okay. As well. And the pitch, and that skips in the dirt for ball 1. Jesus. Like, if you talk about how to skip a ball in the dirt, that's going to do it. But like I said, even though, because I know a lot of times people say that, so you will think beside, oh, why did you not do any Phillies games? But it's certain days, like when the Phillies are not playing, it's like, I got to fill in something. But that apparently that pitch is, it looks like fouled off. Oh, she's 100 with run. That is disgusting. That's woof. But like I was saying, I got to fill in something for you guys because let's be real. I hate skipping content on you guys, and that's a foul ball into the stand. Still a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Lourdes Gurriel Jr. I appreciate everybody though. I mean, I really do greatly appreciate for those who are just tuning in. Yeah, I mean, I really can't really ask for. I'm really very grateful, and that's popped out of play at 99 above the hands. The fact that Gurriel Jr. actually put a little bit of wood on that's improved. Honestly, I could just I'll just let that one alone. But I mean, if it looks too good to hit, I mean, shit, I would look like an idiot, and definitely would do it. But I appreciate it, Butterfly. Greatly appreciate you tuning in the ball game. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count here for the pitch. That's fouled off again and at 90 miles an hour. Look at it breaking like an underhanded slider, the way that is coming in. And that's something that's like I said, even with that solo shot, like I said, if it holds up, the Rays will, or not say the Rays, but the Blue Jays will drop these Mariners. And man, put up a good. So that's another foul ball. So it looks like Gurriel Jr. put up a good bat against Matt Brash so far in this inning. So still a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And that's fouled off at 100 miles an hour up and away. Good Lord. That is crazy. He's out of the 14, or technically 15, but 14 for the YouTube side of things. I greatly appreciate that. So we got still a 1 ball, 2 strike count here. And the pitch. That's chopped foul once again. Oof, that looked like he chopped out. Look at it off his foot, by the look of it. That is tough, though. I mean, looks like a slider or a slurve. All right, so apparently that's a foul ball once again. So it's still a 1-2 count on Lourdes Gurriel Jr. All right, so Butterfly, if you're still in here, you got a blue wrench. You got a wrench now. Huge shout out to everybody that's just tuning in. I appreciate it. See the 25th. I got to see the day that if I have to work that day or if I don't have anything other planned. But if not, I'll definitely would do that game. Definitely for sure. But still a 1-2 still. So Brashes are up to 15 pitches in this inning. And here comes a 1-2 pitch once more. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Dow. And not a problem, Butterfly. I mean, but appreciate the tremendous amount of support for anybody that was just tuning in. Those who subscribed, I mean, thank you for subscribing. I mean, look, Man, so nice. So that's the first strike. I will say though, man, that was just a that's a tough. Even though if you did take that, I mean that would be. I mean, either way, still be a strike three call, anyways. So now we got Matt Chapman with 2 outs here, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Good lord! And it takes the first pitch in there at 99 at the belt for strike one. Yep. But the ultimate goal is getting into 1K. The next stop is the pit. That's one of the pit stops. That is 600 subscribers on the Philly Sports Talk podcast. I mean, we're only 17 away, and it takes that pitch in there. We're called strike two. So no balls and 2 strikes to Matt Chapman. Takes a slider at the knees. I don't know what the hell is going on with Chapman, and that misses outside for ball one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Matt Chapman, because it seems like Matt Chapman, the last 2 at bats, he's having a hard time seeing like the ball out of the pitcher's hands, whether it's a fastball or a breaking ball or where the case in between. And that misses outside of 99 to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Chapman here in the top of the 7th. Huge shout out to the 19 people, though. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So we got a 2-2 count. And we'll say Brashy kicks and deals the pitch. That skips in the dirt for ball 3. So not a decent, a better at bat than Chapman's other 2. Because I just feel like the last 2 at bats, I feel like feels like Matt Chapman kind of went down in like a couple, like 1 or 2 as well. And the pitch that's popped out of play. So looks like Chapman we'll live to see another pitch for Matt Brash. All right. Absolutely, Butterfly. Absolutely. And the 3-2 pitch. And an excuse me check swing, but that's still a foul ball one way or the other. All right, so a 3-2 count here, top 7th with 2 outs here. Let's see what I'm guessing. I guess fastball once again, the way and the pitch, and Chapman fouls that off. Still 3-2 in that at bat. So Brad, man, so far these past couple of hitters, Hernandez. No, I'm sorry, that was Goriel Jr. and Chapman are really making Brash work so far in this portion of the inning, as it stands. But I do appreciate it, though, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And here's a 3-2 pitch once more, and that's swung and a miss, strike 3, and Chapman goes down with a hat trick. Woo! So the bottom 7 we go here in the ball game with the Blue Jays up 1-0. Absolutely. And this is another thing too, like the fact, because for those who are non-baseball fans, or this is what I found interesting. Obviously, in sports, I mean, if you throw a score of 3 of anything, in hockey and soccer, it's called the hat trick. Even in baseball too, strike out 4 times in the game, that is the golden sombrero. And obviously, not the best day at the office for Matt Chapman tonight. Let's put it that way. Just obviously 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Not, like I said, not the best outcome you want in someone like Matt Chapman. But I mean, everyone will have like a bad day in the office at some point. But I don't know. Like, it just seems to me that Matt Chapman's not picking up on some of the pitches. So that's the crazy what I'm seeing so far from Chapman tonight. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in and the 2 reactions on Facebook. But yeah, obviously we're getting to the All-Star break. Those got voted in. I mean, that's awesome. But I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. I mean, I appreciate to meet some new faces. I've seen Butterfly around and some other fellow content creator streams as well. Obviously, for those who don't know, I'm also good buddies with another favorite good content creator that's a Tampa Rays guy. That is the AJ Show, which I do have his race coming up towards the end of the month. So you guys do not want to miss that on the 28th as well. So let's see what we got. So let's say Manoah's guys, sir. I mean, so far, let's see. I mean, Manoah's been very strong. I mean, since getting that 1-run league. It seems like he's got now wants to try to finish this on his own by the looks of it. And if I'm Montoya, if he's being very efficient with his pitches, I mean, hey, let him go into. So far it's 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, with 68 total pitches for Alek Manoah. Hey, that's being very efficient with it. So, all right, looks like he's wearing we're sick. All right, so let's see. We got what's that? Crawford, and takes the first pitch on the outside corner for the call, strike 1. Yeah, he's kind of saying that it's a little bit outside. Well, apparently, it didn't look like it. But 0 from 1 his last time up, down to the count. No balls on the strike here. Here in the bottom of the 7th, down 1 to the Blue Jays. And the 0-1 pitch, that's fouled off. Now down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. To the Blue Jays. I thought Alek Manoah looks really great. Looks really good so far. I mean, the fact that we're up to 70 pitches so far, in the bottom of the 7th, that should tell you just how very efficient Manoah really was, especially in that first inning, though. All right. And the 0-2 pitch. That missed the bed. Yeah, it's getting. It has been for most of the game. Until like I said, I mean, obviously that 1 inning with the bases loaded kind of got a little bit interesting, but unfortunately the Toronto Blue Jays, like I said, shit the bed. What up, Dante? What is good? Thank you for tuning in. Man, we're only 2 hours in. God damn. All right, so it counts even 2 balls and 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford here in the game. Interesting. The Manoah 5 strikeouts so far. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, man. Shit. All right, and here comes the 2-2 pitch from Manoah. That's chopped on the ground. Looks like that's right up the middle for a base hit. So 1 for 2 goes J.P. Crawford here in the bottom of the 7th. So we got the tie and run now on first base, and we got the go-ahead at the dish. So now we got Carlos Santana now coming up with no outs here at the bottom of the 7th, and obviously with a commercial for a restaurant in Canada that I don't know about. So we got Carlos Santana 0 for 2 with the lineout and a strikeout so far in the ball game. Absolutely. And the first pitch to Santana pops it out of play. That is strike 1. So 1 ball, no balls on the strike, I should say, to Carlos Santana. And they have him shifted to the right as well. To shift to the pull, and you got Chapman playing kind of where the shortstop is, where the shortstop's playing. And the 0-1 pitch, Manoah kicks and deals. And Santana hits it to deep right. Out of here! The Mariners take the lead off the bat of Carlos Santana on a 2-run shot. Damn. Well, how? Absolutely. How can things turn? Where is it? Yeah, absolutely. It was boring during to like a 1-0 game, but I guess Carlos Santana says, "Hold my beer," or whatever, pretty much. Yeah, butterfly. Everything like one swing of the bat can. Carlos Santana still. Look, he's not been the greatest hitter by any stretch of the means, but the dude still got pop in the bat. So at this point of his career, and hits it off the LED scoreboard. That would definitely woke everybody up. Especially if you're really thinking about the Mariners, that's also another team that's in the AL wildcard hunt too. And that pitch misses down to the dirt for ball 1 to Eugenio Suarez. Well, I guess you get that leadoff. Like I said, you get that leadoff. Because I think when you get a leadoff single, no matter where you are in the order, they are in Seattle. They are in Seattle. Oh, damn. Foul ball. And looks like Kirk got a little bit of a piece. They're at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. Damn. So, for those who are just tuning in, absolutely. And that breaking ball misses for ball 2 to Eugenio Suarez. After Carlos Santana puts the Mariners on top on a 2-run shot. After the offense just was completely dead for the Mariners for the most part, along with the Blue Jays. And that's chopped on the ground. Chapman makes a nice play. And still a good defender. Still easy throw for Chapman for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Looked like a high, showing like easy. Get the front foot down and just really catch the ball out in front. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. Like that one pitch. And that was a high fastball too by the looks of it. How the tables have turned. But I will say though, I thought it was overall, despite the defense and pitching was great, and that pitch misses to Cal Raleigh for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. 0 for 2, but ground out the first time at bat. Second time, ground to a double play. Oh, damn. And they went 1-0 pitch, and that misses inside for ball 2. Absolutely, Adrian. Shit. Now we got Andres Munoz now warming up in the pen for the Mariners. I don't know, man. That's up to you, man. But here's out the 19 total people that's still here with me. I greatly appreciate that. And the pitch. That swung on a miss for strike 2. So 2 balls on a strike. Still in favor of Raleigh, the number 6 hitter in the Seattle lineup. Getting the one. Hey, man, get these likes up. Get the likes up. Definitely share out the content and the 2-1 pitch. Oh, that's a good pitch at 96 at the knees. I think that kind of buckled them a little bit. So it looks like we still got Munoz still kind of still throwing in the bullpen. So it looks like he might be coming in after Brashley with an easy inning in the top half. And the 2-2 pitch. And that's chopped foul. It's still 2 balls and 2 strikes to the catcher Raleigh here in the bottom of the 7th, with the Mariners now up on top 2-1. So the last 17 games for the Seattle Mariners, they're 14-3, which is tied for the first in the major leagues. A team ERA at 2.40, which is first, and a bullpen ERA, which is second, I think at 1.2. And looks like Espinal makes the play. That is out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Whew, man. I think also, just make that one mistake. Like I said, despite the George Springer getting a mistake in the middle of the zone, hell, now you got Carlos Santana taking a high pitch out of the ballpark. Now we got Adam Frazier. He's over, and he's also 0 for 2 in the ball game as well. So we got Manoah becoming set for the first pitch, and he kicks and deals to Frazier. That's on the outside corner for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Still in favor of Adam Frazier. Honestly, not the same player. I forgot about. Jeez, I forgot he was still even in the league at this point of his career. I'll keep it honest with you. And the 1-0 pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-0 to Adam Frazier here. Like I said, after Carlos Santana basically said, "Hold my beer," and takes a high pitch deep over the fence and down, and the Mariners are up top. That's another team I think can really make some noise though. And that's fouled off to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Adam Frazier. So far, Manoah's are up to 88 total pitches in this inning so far. Now, my thing is he may get up 2 runs. I also just keep him going for 1 more, in case. But then again, who knows what Montoya wants to do? That is true. Is someone like Santana who still has some pop left in that bat, because like I said, when players like that, Roy, don't I mean, look, even I mean, shit. I mean, take it this way. I mean, it's just like once they leave like the original teams, it feels like they had forgot or forgot what kind of just how to hit or sometimes how to pitch depending on who you're looking at. But Carlos Santana is another guy that I feel like has was actually pretty decent. Was actually pretty decent during his time in Cleveland, on my honest opinion. But still, I mean, got to see a World Series. But and strike three called. Down goes Adam Frazier, and the Mariners answer back in the bottom of the seventh on a two-run shot by Carlos Santana of all people to really take a high pitch deep and hits one of the electronic LED boards to deep right. Wait, he shot at the 25 total people here. Yeah, if you guys are new, smash that like. Good. Hey, Carl, what's good, Earl? Yeah, I'm surprised you're still up with me. Shit. I hope everything's going well with your vacation. I really do appreciate that, but appreciate you tuning in as well. Really do appreciate it. But yeah, absolutely appreciate it. But he showed the 20 total people here. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I mean, right now we're at 2 hours and 10 minutes in. So I mean, the fact that we can get this on, if this game can get done in under 3 hours, I'd be fucking impressed. That's talking about spring running a major league game. Absolutely. But yeah, no one cares about Peloton. But yeah, obviously, like I said earlier before in the stream, ESPN Plus is a lifesaver with some of these out of market games. Like I said, as much as I love doing my Phillies games, but doing like these ones, like the show, or seeing some new faces in the stream and a lot of familiar ones too, really does bring this entire sports community together. And I love it. No matter if you're a Yankees fan, Sox fan, wherever the case may be. But yeah, I mean, I got a lot of stuff. I appreciated everybody tuning in. He shot at the 21 though. All right, so looks like we're back from commercial break and we're seeing some of the different activities that they're showing on screen. Absolutely, butterfly, absolutely. You shot at the night. That is a good question. I think Burley. I think Burley and the White Sox. I think that I might have to. Actually, that's a good question. Well, we still have a chance. So it looks like we got Munoz now on the bump for the Munoz for the dun, 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 dun. Oh, gee. So Adrian, so this is the short. So the guy Google searched this. So apparently it was 31 minutes long. That was back in 1916. Appreciate it though, and that's in there for a call strike one at the top of the zone. So what do we got? What do we got? No, not too shabby. I mean, the fact that Jesus Christ, but I appreciate it. So Espinosa, we got 8, 9, and 1. And the 1-0 pitch misses outside for ball one at 99 miles an hour. Yeah, that was back in 1916. Things there was like no such absolutely shit. Absolutely. But I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in tonight for this somewhat of a boring but exciting game at its best at the same time. And the 1-1 pitch. And Espinal pops that out of play. Now down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes to Munoz, who is pretty much another hard throwing righty out of the bullpen. So, damn. Yeah, it was until fucking Carlos, like I said, Carlos Santana took that ball deep. Huge shout out to everybody still sticking with me here. I greatly appreciate that. If you guys are new, smash that like button. Definitely share out the content. We're we're almost close to 20 likes again on another successful MLB stream here tonight, especially at 12:20 and the first pitch to Tapio. Oh, that's disgusting. At 101 at the belt. Yeah, good luck hitting that. Woo. Like I said, Munoz is another guy that's been. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he could be on the part of that part in the trade deadline. Absolutely. He shot the 19 though. Man, just Tapia. Man, 101 above the hands again. That is disgusting. So no balls and 2 strikes. Like I said, I would not be surprised if Tapia would actually somehow put the ball in play or a strikeout. So down goes the Blue Jays here. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. That's 2 outs here. And that's the first strikeout from Munoz. Just a 101 fastball in the outside corner. Damn. Tapia just could not get his bat around the zone quick enough to catch up to that. That is disgusting. But he's out of the 19, though, so sticking with me, though. Greatly appreciate it. So now we got the top of the hill order now coming up for the Blue Jays. George Springer, he is 1 for 3 with a solo shot, and that's swung and a miss. First strike 1. Look at an 82 mile an hour slider, but the way that pitch has moved. So obviously he does have homer number 16 of the year. Obviously coming back in the top of the 5th to put the Blue Jays up 1, but Carlos Santana had other ideas. But that slider once again at 92. Okay, it's 92, and Springer down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 8th. Damn. I guess that solo shot by Springer really didn't do much. And swinging and a miss, strike 3. Down go the Blue Jays in order. Bottom of the 8th we go with the Mariners still on top 2-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays. It's just crazy to really think about really looking, after the solo shot by Springer, it kind of got boring after a while. And then Crawford leads off with a single. And then we got, I think, Santana, I think ahead of with the count even, and then takes a high pitch fastball just to really put the Mariners back on top. But I do appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, where we may be watching. If you watch on the West Coast, I greatly appreciate it. As well, or the East Coast, like where I'm from, here at about 12:23 a.m., which is on a late Sunday night. Well, technically Sunday, but I still think I think overall it's been another successful stream when it comes to the non-Philly sports streams. I gotta start doing these more often. Now, my thing is, like, for those who are still tuning in through for YouTube, I want to kind of get your thoughts in the chat. Do you guys want to see more of this going in for next season? Because I will definitely do a lot more. Definitely would do more next season. I would definitely would. Okay, so it looks like you're okay. So it'll be Central Time. Okay, might make sense. Damn, but man, what people who live on the West Coast, man, you guys are lucky. It's about 9 o'clock, almost about 9:30 on the West. God damn, we're a day ahead. Yeesh. But overall, I think this has been. I agree with Adrian though. After that solo shot, it's been pretty much been boring ever since. Till I think, like I said, Carl Santana says, "Hold my beer." All right. Damn. That's tough though. But still, it's just hasn't really been the best, so to speak. So it looks like we got Yimi Garcia now warming up in the pen for the Toronto Blue Jays. So that might be it for sorry. Actually, no, Manoah pitched the bottom of the 8th, and the first pitch is at 92 for strike 1
to Dylan Moore, the number 8 hitter in the Seattle lineup. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game tonight. So no balls on a strike here. Absolutely. I'll definitely do that. Because I really think too, is like, because see what my buddy Max Coverage TV has done when his Yankees doesn't play. I just think to myself, maybe I gotta do the same. And try to and just not try to replicate it, but just trying to see if it starts to work. And it's really it definitely shows in some of the numbers I've been pulling in as well. And 0-2, and down goes Moore, like for strikeout number 7. And I like how Manoah's going about, despite the fact he's already down 1 to a Mariners team that's slightly above 500. And like I said, the Mariners are not they're not great, but they're not terrible. I think they're an above average team at best, but I think they got some good talent to hopefully build around. That's just kind of how I see it. And the first pitch misses for ball 1 to Abraham Toro. And looks like we got Diego Castillo, a former Tampa Bay Rays closer, now warming up in the pen for the Seattle Mariners here in the ball game. A huge shout out to the 12 people still here with me, and greatly appreciate it. Counts 2 balls and no strikes to Toro. I think like Don, I think a lot of some of these Astros fans, absolutely. And definitely hit that red subscribe button too. We're 17 away on the to get to 600, and that misses outside 95. And look, the fact that it's Manoah's already at 96 pitches and can still get it up there at 96, but he's already behind the count, 3 balls. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I appreciate everybody where you may be watching. And the 3-0 pitch. That's ball 4, and Toro walks to lead off the bottom of the 8th. And now we got Julio Rodriguez now coming up for the Seattle Mariners. Absolutely. But I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in tonight. This is a successful MLB stream in the books. I thought for those who were tuning in my Cubs stream, absolutely. But like I said, 4 days from now, if you're a Padres fan, I got you guys covered for the Padres and Rockies series matchup coming up. So let's just kind of break it down while there's a meeting on the mound. So after that, I mean, the next game I got is the White Sox and Guardians. For those who are White Sox fans out there, I got you guys covered on that. Or you like the Cleveland Guardians, same thing thing as well. And then after that, probably going to be one of my shorter Sixers Talk podcast episodes, as well, where we talk all things Sixers basketball. Then at 7:07 as well, I will be live for the Phillies and Blue Jays. That's going to be very interesting because the Phillies so far they got to take this series away from. Oh, that pitch misses been inside. Oh no, look, almost hit Rodriguez. But I do think, obviously, I think the Phillies definitely, if they could definitely sweep St. Louis, I think that can put them in a really good position to definitely take that third wild card spot. That's how the Phillies been playing. Now, granted, game 2 was not the best by any stretch. I mean, only one to nothing because let's be real. Corey Knebel bailed his own ass out. But it counts 2 balls and no strikes to Julio Rodriguez here at the bottom of the 8th with 1 out here and Toro on first and the 2-0 pitch from Manoah. And it looks like Rodriguez could not hold a swing. So now that's still 2 balls and a strike to the young leadoff hitter for the Seattle Mariners. I appreciate the 21 total likes overall. Appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. All right, and here comes the 2-1 pitch from Alek Manoah. Kicks and deals. And that clips the Tampa. That misses for ball 3. So 3-1 to Julio Rodriguez. So now we got Ty France now waiting in the wings on deck. So it looks like I mean, I'm Seattle, so start adding more on. Now Toronto be different, and that's swung and surprise. Rodriguez swung at ball 4. So now it counts now full 3 balls and 2 strikes. I know he's frustrated about himself for swinging at that. That was way inside the outside, well, technically off the plate as well. So now it counts 3 balls and 2 strikes. And we got time called here. Now we're gonna see where Manoah might go with this pitch for the Toronto Blue Jays, who are down 1 here in the ball game. And the 3-2 pitch and ball 4, and he walks Julio Rodriguez. And now we got the first baseman, Ty France, now coming up. And that's going to do it for Manoah. Look, gotta give Alek Manoah a round of applause. 7 innings, about 7 1/3, give or take, with 7 strikeouts. That's not too bad. Been very efficient, so we got a pitching change. Ladies and gentlemen. Both teams with 3 hits, 3 runs combined on 6 hits between the 2 teams. Absolutely, Butterfly. I greatly appreciate everybody that was tuning in tonight. Oh, yeah. So now we got a interesting. But like I said, I mean, look, Toronto is still a good team, but man, they got to need some pieces. Because some guys just cannot, for some reason, get it together. Like Tapia, like I said, way below average when I remember, especially when just right now, just not the best kind of player on the Blue Jays. I just don't think, like, that's why I said. Now, because Kikuchi, I think also as well that the, what do you call it? Just basically just not been the kind of pitcher. Well, let's say he's not bad, but boy, is that contract bad as well. But that's just me. All right. Oh, goodness. Whew. Anyway, I'm hoping everybody's showing their technically Sunday, wherever you may be watching. I mean, obviously for me, it is Sunday where I'm from, over here on the East Coast. Idiot. All right, so okay, Yimi Garcia now coming in to pitch for the Toronto Blue Jays. Also a former Marlin and a former Houston Astro. All right, now Garcia comes in. Yeah, so bear with me because, like I said, having like this kind of scoreboard, which is a FIBA type of scoreboard, and there we go. So now I got Ty France with runners on first and second. Yep, got to keep those likes coming. Smash those like button. And the first pitch misses outside for ball 1 to Ty France. So far with runners on first and second, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. So far, Seattle try to find a way to add more runs on here in the ball game. So it counts a ball and no strikes here. And he's 1 for 3. And the 1-0 pitch. That misses outside once for ball 2. So 2-0 to Ty France here in the bottom of the 8th. After Yimi Garcia coming on in relief for Alek Manoah, who has, let's be real, I thought actually had a pretty good game. Just made that one mistake like I said, to Carlos Santana of all people. Really just kind of really putting them, and that's in there for a cold strike 1. So 1 ball or 2 balls on the strike to Ty France here in the game. Well, like I said, and not just MLB streams too. I will do a lot more college baseball streams too once that gets back up and going once in a while. But like I said, I'll have lots of stuff. I have a lot of stuff planned, so you're gonna have a lot of good content coming out. And here comes the 2-1 pitch from Garcia, kicks and deals. That's on the outside corner at 95 to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the first baseman Ty France. 1 for 3 with the double. Just like a cutter that just backed up on the outside part of the plate. So now looks like he's kind of like Ty France knowing how. I haven't done it the UCLA games, but down goes Ty France. So that's a 1 for 4. I really can't say. The only team I know that's really great in baseball, and that's Vanderbilt. It's something like that. But well, I mean, I'm pretty sure like Carlos Santana is pretty much for me, it's Villanova. For me, Villanova is my thing for for basketball. College football it's the Clemson Tigers, baby. Got to go Tigers. Or I don't even know what the saying because, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen a Clemson game. Now I've got J.P. Crawford 1 for 2 with the run scored, obviously off the 2-run homer by Santana back in the bottom of the 7th. Now we got time. Looks like time called here. He shot at the 21, still sticking with me. I greatly appreciate you guys are still sticking with me here in the ball game with the Mariners up 2-1. So you're a Clemson guy. Interesting. For me, yeah, Villanova's for college basketball from the men's side of things, but also I'm actually going to start getting into women's college basketball, mostly for South Carolina. Texas Longhorn, hey, good shit. So I still got Diego Castillo still warming up in the pen for the Seattle Mariners. Most likely that's going to be he might just come in and shut the door. And that's misses for ball 1. So 1 ball and a strike to former Philadelphia Phillies shortstop J.P. Crawford. Okay. Still holding us a good amount of yours. Greatly appreciate that, though. I mean, we can with these live streams, though, we can bang out these watch hours, and that misses upstairs for ball 2. Because I think we're getting there when it comes to the watch hours, though. He's out of the 16 total people, though. Greatly appreciate it. So the count's still 2 balls and a strike to J.P. Crawford. And the pitch. That misses outside. 3-1 to Crawford. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Obviously coming off the 2-run homer by Carlos Santana to put the team up by 2. Or by 1, I should say. And speaking of Santana, he is now on deck, just in case if Crawford walks. And the 3-1 pitch from Garcia, and that's fouled out of play. So now it's a full count, and the runners will be off and running on this pitch. Damn. What's the Dodgers scoring looking like, Butterfly? All right, so 3-2. And we'll say Garcia kind of looking at, gets like the electric communication. All right, kind of takes a little bit of a peek and delivers a 3-2 pitch. And Crawford gets it to the foul territory. Chapman can't make the catch. And it looks like someone spilled their popcorn or their soda. But still gets 2-4. Okay, so who are the Dodgers playing? That's going to be interesting, though. But I will say, though, nope, I'm sorry. That was someone knocked out the popcorn. There we go. Good old popcorn getting knocked out. Good old knocking out the popcorn in the hands trick. It looks like Garcia kind of just steps off. He just looks back. What do we got? Toro on second base. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's fouled out of play. All right. So three ball, still a 3-2 count on Crawford here. Okay. Okay, thank you. A huge shout out to the 20 total people here. Still sticking with me. Greatly appreciate that. Let's rack them thumbs up. And the 3-2 pitch once again, and Crawford pops it up, and he's frustrated. And looks like Espinal calls everybody off, makes the catch, and there's out number 3. So to the top of the 9th we go. So we both Bichette, Guerrero Jr., and then Alejandro Kirk to be the scheduled hitters for the Toronto Blue Jays. And Castillo will be the guy to come in to close the door for the Seattle Mariners here in the ball game. Now it's got to update the lineup card. There we go, and bam. Top of the 9th we go, but appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that's just tuning in. Damn, like I said, this is like this game is going by quick. It's been 2 hours and 35 minutes in total since we started. Since the first since we did, it was a little bit over 2.5 hours streaming. Jeez, that's the quickest baseball stream that I've done. But then again, now I think about it. Actually, speaking of which, I could actually, now that I think about it, because most of my baseball streams that I've done are 3 to 4 hours long. But being where this is at, basically 2 hours and 36 minutes, that's impressive, to say the least. But with that being said, I hope everybody has enjoyed my coverage on the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays tonight. That is true. I definitely would agree with that, Butterfly. I really would agree with that. But not to mention, too, the defense has been very quick between these two teams in terms of just like basically just speed. They're really speeding through the game. It's like, we got to get this goddamn game over. No, I will say, though, but hey, there it is. There's that lucky phrase. But now we got Diego Castillo. I think it's going to be the guy to close the door for the Seattle Mariners here today. Well, I'll give a lot of props to the Blue Jays, though. Really, and both these two teams actually play pretty well against each other. Now, would be well, like I said, I mean, looking forward to see what the Blue Jays are going to do against my Phillies. So that's going to be interesting to take a look at, though, going forward. So Diego Castillo, 34th game, a 4.35 ERA, 31 innings pitched to 32 strikeouts to 12 walks, and a whip a 1.23 walks, a whip just barely over 1. Let's just put it that way, over 1.2. Let's make it much more easier that way. Another former Tampa Bay Ray, but he shot at the 15 total viewers here in the stream. Man, it's not recorded at 1 o'clock in the morning. Damn. Okay. But like I said, I mean, shit. So Bo Bichette 0 for 3 with a strikeout. So that just is total it's 4, 2 at the Rogers Center and 2 in Philadelphia. So I do have, I think, game. Actually, that's a good question. I have the Phillies game on the 12th at 7:07 first pitch. And Bichette hits the shot right in the foul territory. And it looks like Suarez makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 away here at the top of the 9th. After Bo Bichette pops to the third baseman in the foul territory. A huge shot of the 7. I could definitely see that. Or the way how the Blue Jays are playing, I would not be surprised if we took a season sweep against them. That's just how I would see it. Because right now we're still riding that wave of momentum going into Toronto. Because you really think about it, because this, even though Toronto's also another team that's in the AL wildcard race, but I still think
we could play spoiler. And unfortunately, if you're a Padres fan, we did that to the Padres last season, even though we didn't really have nothing to play for. So I mean,
well, that's in there for a call strike one on an 89-mile-an-hour slider
to Vlad Guerrero Jr. Just clips the outside corner. I know Vlad Guerrero didn't agree with that, but it is what it is. And the 0-1 pitch. A 96-mile-an-hour sinker. It clips the inside corner for strike two. No balls and 2 strikes on Vlad Guerrero Jr. Man, that just, I don't think he had nothing to do with that. Right now, I think we're holding a game over the Cardinals in the wild card spot for the third wild card. So that's where we're at right now in terms of wild card. Now we can keep winning. What the division? Can we win the division? Probably not, because I feel like I said, this team the Phillies team at best right now is a wild card team. But once Dombrowski, butterfly for me is the Sixers all the ways. Sixers all day, every day. Now, absolutely. But now the count's still 0-2 on Vlad Guerrero Jr.
And the 0-2 pitch.
And that is a base hit for Guerrero Jr. Just flicked the bat out for a one-out single. So Toronto has the tying run on first base. They got the go-ahead run at the dish. And Alejandro Kirk, a huge shot to the 23. And who wouldn't like Joel? Well, unless you're got those salty Raptors fans that you would accuse him of hurting Scotty Barnes, which is very unfortunate. But it is what it is, though. Tennessee. Hey, go Birds. Go Birds all the way. Let's go. But I respect that. Max, that's another thing, too. If you've not seen the TikTok of Sam Cassell working out with those two, ooh, man, that's going to be very fun to watch. So it looks like Toronto's got double barrel action. So they got Jordan Romano now warming up in the pen, along with Adam Simber, the funky right hand, the submarine right-hander for the Toronto Blue Jays. And we got no balls on the straight to Kirk. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. That did it go. He held his swing, so counts even a ball in the strike to the number 4 hitter, Alejandro Kirk. I will say, though, I mean, the Spurs, let's just be real. I don't think they're like, that's crazy what the Spurs are doing nowadays. And the 1-1 pitch. That's in there at 95 at the belt for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alejandro Kirk here in the bottom of the top of the ninth, I should say. All right. Yeah, I mean, trading DeJounte Murray, and that's off the head. That's a base hit for Alejandro Kirk. Gets through past J.P. Crawford. So it looks like Toronto is not going down without a fight. So now we got the number 5 hitter, Teoscar Hernandez, now coming up with the tying run on second base. Go ahead on first. Just puts a good, tough swing on it, and just chops it and just hits a solid grounder to the wide open hole, to the hole in the left center and left. That is true. I mean, that Tim Duncan and those Spurs teams were actually really great to watch back in the day. And Bradley Zimmer has come on the pinch run for Alejandro Kirk. But huge shout out to the 30 people still coming in. 27 from YouTube. Greatly appreciate you guys are still sticking with us. Greatly appreciate it here in the top of the ninth with Teoscar Hernandez now coming up. That is true because Kawhi was supposed to be one of those franchise cornerstones for that Spurs team. I think in 2014, but I don't know. That was, yeah, absolutely. I think it was 2016. I think it was. So the first pitch to Hernandez from Castillo. Castillo kicks and deals, and that is a foul ball.
So no balls on the strike to Hernandez. Yeah, we got Guerrero on second. And they got Bradley Zimmer now on first base. The go-ahead run at first base. And it looks like Toronto, as good as they have some of the good players in their lineup, now Gurriel Jr., Springer, Bichette, Guerrero, Kirk, Chapman. It's just they're really starting to play like a team that are not giving up without a fight. And that is okay, and that hits it to the first base, and Diego Castillo covering. So now the runners advance on the ground out. 2 outs here at the top of the ninth. And here comes Lourdes Gurriel Jr. for the Toronto Blue Jays. But for those who are tuning in at this point of the game, you guys should smash that like button. Yes, and Joel Embiid got his revenge on the Toronto Raptors, hitting his own dagger, which is ironic to say the least. But that's here nor there. So now I've got Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He is 1 for 3, and it looks, oh man, now they're intentionally walking. Okay, so intentionally walking Gurriel to get to Chapman. Makes sense. I mean, the guy does not have the great day at the office. Let's just put it that way. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. You would think, oh yeah, absolutely. But he showed the 28 total people still stick with me. 24 from the Philly Sports Podcast, 2 from the Spotlight Sports Change. If you guys are new to both these channels, make sure you leave a like on both. Smash that like button. Or sorry, hit that subscribe button, I should say. And definitely share out the content. Every little bit helps to help these channels grow. If you want to follow me on Twitch, link is in the description to my Twitch channel. Or you can follow me on Twitter. That's also linked down below. If you want to check everybody else out, if you're watching, and that's in there for a call strike. I don't know about that one. So it looks like the high strikes are getting called more frequently at this part of the game. I mean, it clip topped the zone, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that's a strike, though. That's the crazy part, though. And the 0-1 pitch, and that's chopped out of the ground to short, and that's gonna do it. The Seattle Mariners take the final game against the Toronto Blue Jays by the final score 2-1. And we got the Dodgers winning, we got the Seattle Mariners winning, we got my Phillies won today, or technically yesterday. But like I said, I mean, not a bad day for some of these teams. Hey, look, I'll give a lot of props to the Blue Jays, though. The fact that they put this up a fight against the Seattle Mariners team, let's be real, that's a wild card team. I still think overall, I think that team, all these teams, actually played really well. So yeah, I mean, GG's though, man. Look, it was for most part until Adrian said the game was boring, and then Carlos Santana hits a 2-run shot to put the Mariners on top, and that pretty much sealed the deal. Well, yeah, appreciate everybody that's really just tuned in, I should say. Apologize. We had Carolyn Selfer, absolutely greatly for you to tune in the game to the stream as well. But kind of just go over a few things before we wrap it up here. Kind of get feel out some time a little bit, but absolutely. Hey, appreciate it, Adrian. Greatly appreciate you tuning in. Hey, Butterfly, absolutely. I appreciate everybody that was tuning in, whether we're watching from my Twitch channel, the Spotlight Sports Streams, the Philly Sports Podcast, or if you follow my Facebook page. Actually, let me kind of take this off a little bit. Let me just stop sharing here. Absolutely. So kind of go over a few things a little bit. But yeah, like I said, as most of the chat was saying, it was a close game for most part. Yeah, it wasn't like as Butterfly said, it was a close game for the most part. Now, obviously, like I said, with what do you call it? With Crawford leading off with leadoff single, and it's just I think that's where it kind of started from there. Because I mean, look, I thought Alec Manoah actually pitched pretty well in terms of
holding pretty much that entire this Mariners team scoreless from almost 5 scoreless until that 2-run shot at the next inning, or give or take. But I mean, look, I thought the bullpen actually did pretty good. I mean, something that has not been the best for the Mariners. And look, and the Toronto's got a good bullpen too. I mean, Jordan Romano. I mean, shit, as well. I mean, it's really interesting to say the least, to say what this team is going to be capable. And look, I think the Toronto Blue Jays, if they can make the right moves, going down the road, they could be a division. Hey, Butterfly, man. I mean, appreciate it. I mean, you deserve to appreciate everybody that was tuning in. But kind of going back to what I was saying, if the Blue Jays can make the right moves, I still believe that that the Blue Jays can definitely be can contend for a division title. Now, if they still, like I said, they still got to make the smart moves going, because obviously with the trade deadline, like I said, the trade deadline coming up, I will hold a stream for that with a fellow Blue Jays fan, Randall, also part of the Hardcore Sports Network as well. But I appreciate everybody that was tuning in as well. But man, y'all really did some amazing stuff tonight. But other than that, I got nothing else to add. But before we wrap it up, if you guys are new, smash the like button, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new, definitely share out the content. We are on the road to 1K, but the next pit stop is 600 subscribers. We are 17 subs away. Definitely share this out to every, if you got no huge baseball head. Absolutely, it was definitely fun. I definitely agree. Like I said, tomorrow, or not tomorrow, actually. Yeah, tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern time. Well, we still have some time. But tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern time, I will be live once again for another edition of the Between the Lines podcast. For those who don't know about that, that's all things MLB. We'll talk all things baseball and go from there. And then also, as well, it's just, and not that that's too, and then I have other non-Philly sports streams as well. Like I said, I did one NBA Summer League. I'm going to definitely hold off on that till the regular season starts, because let's be real, the Summer League doesn't really mean jack squat. But like I said, I do have another West Coast game. For those if you guys are if anybody who's Dodgers fans watching this, I will be doing the Dodgers and Angels game, so stay tuned for that. I might try to do the Phillies and Braves, depending on what day that is. That's on the 25th. But I do appreciate for those who are just tuning in to this stream. That really does mean a lot, though. I mean, the fact we held over 20 plus people just on this channel, on the Philly Sports Podcast YouTube channel alone for a West Coast game is impressive. I'm very grateful for those who are just tuning in. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy what you saw. Like I said, there's going to be more coming soon. Or not say soon, but you know what I'm in. But just really putting some finishing touches, and there's going to be some good content more coming out, more live play-by-play commentary, and other shows, complimentary of the Spotlight Sports Network as well. If you guys are watching from the Spotlight Sports Network, check everybody that's linked down below in the description. Go check those guys out. And with that being said, this is Robert of the Philly Sports Talk Podcast. I will see you guys in the next one.